Okay, maybe we don't do that.
Please don't hit me. Please don't hit me. Please don't hit me.
Oh!
They're dead.
You're coming with me.
That was great. Do we just skip for now, or what?
I don't have any good info.
Don't trust the account. I could say with certainty, you can trust me.
Get him out of here.
It's not a phase, Mom. Oh, we did it. We actually killed the stupid dragon. Witness perfection.
Keep going. Just keep going. He's
Oh
gonna
my
keep going.
gosh.
Keep going.
No, please.
Can we? I was gonna
I-
hit. Can we hit 15?
I know I've won a lot, but I mean, come on. Dude, I don't know what on earth I'm doing here, but or why this was like why is this where my mind went? Who knows? And why is the sun so hot? Dude, are we having a mental break? Like, are we just describing, like, did we just snap?
A theatrical production you'll never see at an elementary school.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh,
my.
Food.
I can, you know, if anyone tries to break into my house, I'll beat them to death with my huge, oversized baguette.
I thought you were about to say something else for a minute there.
No, baguette.
We might be dead. Well, that went about as bad as it possibly could have. Okay, I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. Got him. Let's go. All right, everyone, we're live. Oh, sorry, that was a stretch. All right, we're live, and I'm gonna switch my Discord to not be just push to talk now because we're having a conversation.
Nice.
Hello, everyone. Today we're joined by the lovely Shoyu Hikaru, fellow
Yeah,
VTuber and
hello.
YouTuber extraordinaire.
Yeah, everyone. How are you today?
I'm tired. How are you?
Probably more tired than you, but yeah. I'm
True,
hyped
it
up
is.
because
It is
of the
3
subject.
a.m. for you. It's 7 p.m. for me. So you know that's a little different. So yeah,
Yeah.
today we're gonna start talking about analytics. This is something that we've both mentioned on stream quite a bit.
Oh yes. Yes. You should be hyped for this stream.
There's gonna be a lot of numbers. It's gonna be something. There's gonna be a lot of talking about stuff that at least I've tried and have either failed or passed, and some interesting conclusions to be drawn towards the end of all of it. But first we're gonna give a little background. So those of you who've been here for a long time, I actually have a surprising number of people in chat that show up in chat that have been here for quite a while. I technically started VTubing on October 3rd of last year. I was a streamer for about 5 months on Twitch before then and was not a VTuber. Also, hello, Rando. I knew you were here. I called it before the stream started. I don't know how I knew, but I knew.
Yeah, he knew that. He told me that off stage just before.
Oh, your reactive image isn't working.
Yeah.
Oh, here we're gonna add our co-host tonight on the screen, the manual way, because apparently the normal way isn't working. All right, Hikaru, let's get you on screen.
I
Yeah.
mean, if I can sneak in without being seen, that's fine too.
Oh no way, we're sneaking you on screen, and you know what? We're also bringing something else. We're bringing Camille's blanket with us.
Oh, nice.
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
because
did I tell you that I found out how to pin that to myself? Let me see if it actually works. I haven't tested it live yet.
Oh,
Let's
really?
see.
If you're
Yeah.
using PvP Live, I'm interested. I'm in. You sold me in.
So I'm using VTube Studio.
Oh, okay.
So we want this to go like this. Let's see if this works. I have not tested this. Oh my gosh, it works. Let's go.
Oh,
that's
yes.
that's
Oh.
amazing.
Oh yeah.
Let's go. This is a cozy stream tonight.
Oh yeah, that's cozy. We
Wow.
need to be warm. And
That
everything
works.
because-
That works way better than I thought it would. All right, let's get you in here,
Perfect.
because I definitely should have done this beforehand. But what you gonna do?
It's not a VTuber stream if there is not technical issues and technical difficulty at the beginning.
Yeah, stuff like that.
We need to deserve that seal of approval. Scuff of approval.
All
Yeah.
right, so let's add Hikaru on here. Boom! Look at him. You're gonna chill in this corner.
Nice.
Boom.
And so it begins.
And so it begins. And then we're gonna add one more thing. It's okay. I'm allowed to be scuffed because, this is my stream. I can do what I want here,
Oh
and
yeah,
no one can stop me.
You are the one in control. I can try to stop you, but I can only use words. Oh yeah, my blanket. I need to send that to someone.
Okay, I'm actually gonna message Camille here real quick.
Yes, no, don't worry. I'm in charge with that. I'm
okay.
in charge. Just
Because-
put that properly on me, and I will do that.
Boom! Look at that. That's beautiful. We're so cozy talking about numbers.
Oh yeah. And
I'm
we
really
need-
happy that this is working as well as it is. It's kind of amazing. Also, how
Yeah.
you doing, Rando? Hopefully you're doing well tonight. Let's see
Just
here.
need to remember that you don't have access to the bottom half of your screen because of us, but should be fine. I will remember. I will tell you if something happen.
Even Rando noticed my voice sounds tired. I am tired, Rando. Or I guess better the more accurate term is I think I'm still fighting off the vaccine I got yesterday. So I'm like half tired, half like not really sick, just coming down from a vaccine high. But I'm doing fine, and I am definitely hydrated. So
Oh, perfect. Yeah, I just forget mine, but that's fine. I do have excuse. I will
All right.
go for water later.
all right.
Just started. Perfect.
Okay, sorry. I just messaged Camille if she wants to show up and see. I can't believe that this is working well. Booba Jones, I missed a
Yeah.
few live streams, but I'll go back and watch them. And yes, your voice sounds tired. Well, okay, fine. Guys, I am tired. This is true. But it's okay. I want to be here. Maybe I'll just have to well, no, I can't really raise the pitch of my voice to sound less tired. It's just not going to happen. I mean, it might happen. Who knows? Unintentionally. But, yeah. I'm gonna have to drink more water. Gosh dang it. But yeah, how you doing, Weeaboo? Hopefully you're doing well. I should probably get music playing in the background here.
Yes. I mean, music is something very interesting.
We got the scuff going in full swing tonight. This is what happens when I, work a little bit later than I have to, and then try and get everything also ready for stream. And also when I change my plans for streams in the middle of the day, then
Oh yeah,
and it's just great.
that's perfect. Otherwise, it doesn't work. If you have a thing planned for weeks in advance, it doesn't work.
See, I usually have a pretty good plan unless I'm like doing a collaboration or something. But today, oh, we're gonna put on some piano music. Heck yeah, dude.
Epic music work with everything.
Piano music is just legit. But yeah, tonight I was gonna play a game that one of my friends got me called Monster Train, which I love way too much. And the only reason why he got it for me is that jerk knew he played it a lot and he wanted someone to bounce ideas off of, and he knew that if he got it for me, I would get addicted to it. And that's why I didn't buy it, and so he bought it, so he's a jerk. But it's a good game. It's really fun. It's definitely a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, and then about the middle of the day, I was in the shower. I was like, huh, I should do this video. Because again, I saw a few friends on Twitter today that were, and on various Discords, that were a little down in the dumps about numbers and stuff. And I think it's good to just put some perspective on things. So that's why we're doing this tonight.
Nice.
But yeah.
I mean, we talk about that we have to do that someday. On that day is today.
Yeah, and I'm always down to do this again later. Because
And we will. Yeah.
numbers will change. They just will.
We have to do that from time to time and see if it's different. Maybe I should do the same thing with my channel afterward. Even if
No,
I'm
we
not
can
aware of
run
the
through
thing.
yours. That'd be cool. That'd be very interesting to see the differences and stuff like that.
Yes, it will. I will learn and I will try to do the same thing. I mean, I will try.
Well-
I no promises though.
we'll see. So yeah, I kind of gave the background. I started in October, back when VTubing was still the hotness, and I got really excited back then because we're gonna look at some numbers. Let me zoom in a little bit so people on the screen can actually see. But my first stream since I swapped to VTubing was on October 3rd. We're gonna sort this by newest. That did not sort it by newest. Thank you, Google. Okay, well, whatever. In October 3rd, boom, there's our first stream. And I am a little embarrassed to talk about it because I do not like. Okay, I'm pretty I'm an outlier in the VTuber community. I honestly don't care about lore and things like that. I just do it because it's fun. But when I originally started, I did have a lore, and it was pretty cringeworthy. And
That's fine. Don't worry.
yeah, but that's why that video is also privated, because it's not, you can't fund it anymore. It's been cleansed from the interwebs. Who knows, maybe I'll unprivate it someday. But that was my very first video. My first video on YouTube actually did hilariously well. Like I got 10 subs off of my first stream. Share the lore, share the lore. Okay, fine. So this is it's so cringy though. It's so
You should
cringy.
actually made the first line with the title and stuff being able to move on the line dumpster. It would be easier for being read.
Yeah, let me
Yeah, don't worry. I just spot that on the fly, so let's improve.
okay, well that's good enough for now. So this one that's highlighted, that is our first stream ever as a VTuber. But the original lore of the character was actually so that I could sell more books that I wrote. I had this big plan to make my VTubing persona be part of the RPG world that I have made, because I've written for like Pathfinder and things like that. And so his whole original lore was he's a demon commander who's not actually a bad guy. He's a commander of people's inner demons. So he's like trying to help them work through them, kind of a thing. I'm not going to read like the 2-page synopsis that I wrote up for him because I don't think I can read it without dying a little inside, but it's there. As you can see by one of the next few streams is how does a demon lord fight? That is also a privated video. That does not exist on YouTube anymore either.
You deleted that?
It's just privated.
Okay, it's privated.
Because the first few streams I did were I tried to really play into this character, and it took about 3 to 4 streams before I just was like, nope, this ain't happening. Just it's not working.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Candle dude?
That's the thing.
For me, it's just like I know people who really enjoy their lore, and I don't know if you fall under that category, Hikaru, or not. And you know, for the people that do, great. I'm just not one of those people.
I have actually a lore, but almost no one asks question about me, so that's fine. I do have written a lot of pages about my lore, but I am who I am, and that's the most important thing, I guess. People doesn't really care about your past; they care about what you do.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I settled on myself was. If I can't even care about the own things I've written, why should anyone else? And so I just kind of tossed it. And my new official lore, I'm actually proud of this one, was I'm just me from another planet running my own YouTube channel. It's fine, you know? Different dimension me. It's just running my YouTube channel as a VTuber. It's fine. That's how I describe it to people, and no one cares.
Interesting. Yes.
Good stuff.
I mean, the past is the past, and people doesn't really care most of the time.
No.
But I do.
I think, and you know, I think it's good if you do care, because like that's why it just didn't work for me. Is since I don't care about it, it kind of just showed through, right? Like it just wasn't that good or interesting to watch because I didn't care about it. Now, for people who do care about it and can really play up that aspect of their character, you know, that's fun entertainment, you know, because they care. And ultimately, that's kind of what's led a lot of my decisions about analytics and things and how I run YouTube is whether or not I can really bring myself to care about something.
That's interesting, yeah, because it looked like you did not care about anything.
It's just if I don't care about what I'm doing, it shows. And I think that's true of anyone, right? Like
Yes.
if you're just doing something for the sake of doing it, it's never gonna be as good as someone who's doing the same thing as you but genuinely cares about it. It's just there's just no possible way.
You are absolutely right about that. I can tell when some people do not have fun when they do something. I can't do something if I don't have fun on it.
Yeah. So let's actually take a quick look at the live view here.
Nice.
So these are all my past streams. Up until these were some test streams. This is the first actual stream. You can see that these first several are private. This is actually one of my best performing streams of all time. Was my very first one. The interesting part of... Sorry, go ahead.
Then maybe it was working because of your character and your lore?
I don't know. The interesting part of having a lore is when a VTuber tries to play out the role, but just discards the role sooner than later. That's what I do.
When a VTuber tries to play out the role, but just disregard the role entirely sooner than later, lol.
I think some do and some don't, and the people who do disregard it are people who disregarded it in kind of like a funnish way. Like look at some. I think Gura is actually a pretty good example, as are most of the Hololive people. is they're definitely playing a character, but like their first couple streams were more about who they like, what their character was, and the longer they stream, the less it or the more it kind of fades into the background, and it's like, oh, Gargara is a shark, and that's what people remember. No one really remembers the rest of stuff about her, as far as lore wise.
Yes.
And then there's people like me who just throw it all out the window anyways. She probably did it the better way, but
I mean, everyone. That's the thing that it's really hard to try to force and explain your story and explaining the things that happen at the same time. So
yeah.
If I'm going a bit out of character, I've tossed off everything that was on my lore because I've stopped trying to explain my lore to everyone because people doesn't care. So that's fine. I'm just here, and if someone asks question, I do have answers for them.
And I think
yeah.
that that's a really good way of handling it, because it's not that you don't care, it's that, and that's actually something I'm going to get into a little bit heavier later, is it's not that you don't care, it's that recognizing that other people don't care. Now, answering someone's question, they had to care to ask you the question. If they didn't want to know, they wouldn't ask. And so then you're satisfying a need, which is another point I'm going to get into a little bit later. But these first couple streams, these first 5 streams, I think it is, yeah, first 5, these were all done as that kind of persona character that just didn't really work out too much for me. And funnily enough, this first stream that's public, this is the stream where I really decided it wasn't for me, because I had another VTuber friend who was, we were kind of playing off each other, like trying to get each other to tell each other about like their backstories and their lore and stuff like that. And that's when I was like, oh, I don't actually care about telling people about my own lore. I like hearing other people's lore. I just don't want to tell them mine because I don't care about it as much as they do, you know? That's kind of a fun little tidbit about this first public stream, which is, as I said, 5 days after I went live with the character. So it's like my character lasted a total of 5 days.
A week. And how many page and stuff did you prepare for that?
So another thing that people tend to know about me is I just kind of run into things. If I don't just jump the gun and try something, I tend to never do it. So that's why, like, with this character, I think I got this model done a day or 2 before I did this stream. I didn't even know what it looked like before I went live, basically. Like this was, oh no, I got it back here. It looks like I got it about a week before because I had the model. But yeah, I did these few test streams. These are private just because, again, they were just me testing out things. And I've got more streams on Twitch that were me testing. But yeah, as soon as I got it, I just planned to show it off. That's just what I did.
It actually makes sense. I was so hyped for my model that everything was almost ready for me to debut. So I did kind of the same thing. Less than a week after getting my model, I started.
You gotta head out, but you'll check out the VOD later. Yeah, I'm saving it, Candle Dude. It'll be here. Thanks for dropping by, though.
Thanks for coming in.
But the way I just work on YouTube, and this definitely doesn't work for everyone, but it works for me, is how I mentally prepare and handle things is when I started streaming, the one thing that I said to myself was, I'm not doing any big projects for a very long time because I want to be consistent more than I want to be good, which is kind of a weird concept. And I think it really helped me out early on. Is I want my debut stream to be the same quality level as the rest of all of my streams. And for a lot of people, they really like making their debut a huge event. And there's nothing wrong with that. But like for me personally, I didn't want my first video to be so good and then everything else that follows it be bad by comparison.
Yeah, I understand the viewpoint, and it's interesting because I'm pretty sure that one of my worst video is actually my debut stream. Because yeah, even if you prepare everything, if you do not have stream before, you will have stream issue that pop all every time. You know, like mic issues, sound.
Yeah. That's something I've never
volume.
understood, who like make they only debut, right? Like they've never streamed before. That seems so scary to me, because it's like, you know, now that I've been streaming I'm coming up on a year in 2 months, is like there is so much crap that goes wrong on a daily basis. Like I would be stressed out of my mind if I made this huge live stream event type video and it was just like, and then all these technical issues. I would be so demotivated after that. That would just not be good.
Oh yeah.
But
I mean, everyone has his viewpoint, and one of my friends told me, "Are you ready for your debut?" And I tell him, "I am ready to not be ready."
that's a great
I
way
was
of thinking
ready
about it.
for any to explode on my stream, and I was ready to fix it live.
I think that's a very healthy mentality to have towards it.
Oh yeah, and my stream is pretty scuffed. Please don't. I should actually make that private right now, because otherwise people will actually watch that video. But yeah.
I think my first stream was actually also my longest, and I was just playing Genshin Impact. But so this was like I said, the first stream was very good. And this first week, I actually gained, I think it was like 15 subscribers, which is kind of crazy for the first week, you know? So I got
50 subscriber in a week?
15, not 50.
Ah,
We're
15.
getting
Okay,
that. I got
15.
150 in a week later. That's going to be a fun story.
Yes.
But 15 in a week is still good when you're just starting.
It's very good. It's very, very good.
That's insane. So I was super hyped for the first week. And the next week, while it wasn't more successful subscriber wise, but it was more successful view wise, because as you can see the next week, where I started collaborating with people on Phasmophobia and VR chat, like the numbers went up quite a bit. So those are my first 2 weeks, is an average of like 30 viewers and then an average of like 50 views. Very good first 2 weeks.
Indeed.
And the thing that I credit these 4 streams to is it was in October. It was Phasmophobia. It's spooky month. Of course, people are going to be looking for it, you know?
Yeah.
And this brought me into the first time I actually did keyword research. Basically, how often are people looking up a specific game? And we'll get a little bit more into this later as well, but this is kind of my cheat sheet on how I kind of decide what content I want to do. And when I first started doing it, is looking up how many people are searching for a game, which in October there were 32 million people looking for Phasmophobia. Even if there's a ton of people doing it, you'll probably snag some views, which I did. Every Phasmophobia stream for a while, even into later October, was doing pretty good. And then we had some interesting things happening. So for these analytics, I started trying to capitalize on the Among Us hype. As you can see, this stream wasn't quite as good as the debut stream, but it was really good. Like, it was a really good stream.
It's very good. Oh, yeah.
And so I decided to try it again. I had a few other streams in here. This was just a Jackbox collaboration, which also did very well. Amnesia stream. Wait, why is this unlisted?
Sorry, we have Rando the Plume who say it should also be noted that some people prefer to watch smaller streamer rather than the large one.
Yeah,
you are right. Yeah.
that's definitely a very true statement, because I mean, I think the reason why most people watch smaller streamers is because you get to interact with them. You can't do that with a larger streamer. It's just not something that happens.
Yeah, you are right. It's easier to interact with the chat and it's more dynamic. I do believe that some people actually look for smaller VTuber because they want to be there. They want to be one of the first on something really big. Sometime when you find that person that do crazy stuff and you expect that person to grow, you say maybe it would be interesting.
Yeah. No, you're completely right, Rando.
But yeah, there is a small influx of people looking for VTuber on searching in the internet to find a VTuber. The thing is, most of the time they don't stay.
Yeah.
They say, "Oh yes, I find that VTuber is nice in school, and I'm gonna find a new VTuber," and they left.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of hoppers, that's for sure.
It's not something bad, don't get me wrong, but it could be, yeah, it could be, if you're not aware of that, it could feel strange.
Yeah, I feel like that's a problem with a lot of new people too. Oh, hi Camille. How you doing? I got your blanket to work in VTube Studio. It moves with me.
Yahoo, Camille, welcome to the stream.
Yes. So Camille, who was in chat, is the maker of these blankets. You should subscribe to him, by the way, because he did an amazing job with these.
I'm gonna link his Twitch.
Oh yeah, I don't have shout out on here, but
yeah, the thing is, shout out don't really work for sometimes, so yeah. I'm gonna
boom.
fix that. Are you faster than me?
I already did it. I just typed it out. I think that better be the right link. Nope, I misspelled it somehow.
Nope, I do have it.
Oh well.
Sorry.
It's all good. It's all good.
I mean, no, you have two links that are exactly technically the same, so just, you know, a little check. Never hurt.
Yeah, it never hurts. But yeah, so that's kind of how my first month of VTubing was probably one of my best in terms of numbers. Because everything I did in October all the way up until the end was, I had pretty consistent views, like between the 30 to 50 range, with some getting up to 130 and others, yeah, so I broke 100 a few times with just some streams. How do you keep your mentality to keep talking without stuttering too much? I seem to struggle with that. I don't know. That's actually a question. That's not one that I don't think I've ever really had that problem. Now, granted, I've been in jobs a lot of my life where I am the person in charge. I am the one delivering meetings. I am the one doing this and that. I have talked to people a lot in my life. And so it's just something that, I guess it's just a skill that I have built up over time. And really the only thing I can say about developing that is you just have to do it, you know?
I can relate to that, yeah.
Talking to people, there's not really a substitution for it. You can practice things you want to say in your head, but that's more like delivering a speech rather than open conversation. So to get better at just talking to people, you have to, as dumb as this might sound, the only way to get better at talking to people is just to go do it. Talking to people over the internet is probably the best way of doing it. It's less intimidating. Like joining a Discord call, making friends on there, figuring out how to like introduce yourself to a conversation, things like that. That's kind of the best way I would say to develop that skill.
You have to practice make perfect. If you want a skill, you have to try it. And there is some things that at my old job, some people were telling every time. It's fake it until you can make it. It doesn't really matter if you are able to talk to people. Just try, and you will see what will not work, and you will see what will work, and you will learn with time how to improve.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it is just confidence. Even if you think you're not confident yourself, if people think you're confident, it also works. It's just, yeah, you just got to do it. I don't know.
Yeah, I do have an example about that. You think that people are overconfident and really good on something like that, especially on YouTube. If you're only checking video on not live stream, you will think, oh, that person is very, very good. But on YouTube, you don't really see all the failure before. You don't see that. I mean, big streamer, you say, oh, they are very big and etc., and they should have a perfect stream. And every time you open in stream, you see that everything is perfect. But in fact, they have as many tech issues as anybody. Because when there is a YouTube tech issue, you are not accounted for. You cannot do anything about that. So it's something, yeah. Speaking also became a skill for me since I had to work a call center job. Shocking therapy is real for this introvert plum.
Yeah,
I
agree. I agree. I also live by that philosophy, the sink or swim philosophy. That's something that I do a lot of because, again, I know myself pretty well at this point, where if I don't just jump head first into something, I will never try it. And sometimes it works out really well. Sometimes it blows up in my face. But at the end of the day, one of the key driving principles for me is there are very few things I have tried in life that I regret trying because I didn't give it enough effort. When I try something, I give it everything I got.
I can relate to that. That's core of my philosophy. When you want something, try your best. Not half trying. Yeah, okay, try it and whatever. No, do your best. Because if you do your best and you're failing, you know that it's beyond your control. You can't have regret if you have tried your best. And that's my philosophy. If you want to do something, do your best. And if you're failing, that's fine. It's out of your realm. And try again if that's something that you want to do. You failed once, try again. Twice, try again. It doesn't matter. Try what you want to do.
Yep.
That's the only way to succeed. Sorry.
No. That's exactly what I was gonna say too, is you will always regret not giving something your all, but you will never regret like the amount of effort you put into something. If the reason it failed is because you weren't good enough and not because you didn't try hard enough, that is a much easier pill to swallow than realizing that the reason you failed is because you didn't work hard enough.
I don't really like that I'm not being good enough, but
it's a harsh pill to swallow, but I gotta stop using that idiom. But I do think that there's a good time for everyone to recognize when you aren't good enough for the thing that you're trying to do. That doesn't necessarily mean that you have to stop doing what you're doing, but it means you need to change the way you're doing it. There's a quote that kind of popped up into my YouTube feed recently that's different is better than better.
yes.
You can always do something better than someone else, but you're not really adding something new to the pool. Doing something different even if it's similar, is better.
Francisco G. welcome to the stream.
Yep. Welcome, Francisco. Personally, I think you should work smart, not hard. That's the philosophy I live by, Weeaboo. I am not good at editing. I am not great at streaming. I'm not great at a lot of things, but I am willing to put in the effort to find out how to do things in the best possible way for myself. And it's given me amounts of success where other friends that I have that just do the same thing every day, they never look at their numbers, they never try to branch outside of their comfort zone, they never grow. Now, granted, I'm not really growing at a very fast rate, but I am growing. It's
Yes, that's important.
you got to
Growth is
work.
important.
Yeah, working smart is just as important as working hard. Never do something more difficult than you have to, unless you know, obviously, unless you absolutely have to. If you can find an easier way of doing something, do it. As long as it doesn't, you know, cut corners, then you're just doing it more efficiently than the next guy or girl. But
when you do something, I mean, we are kind of sidetracking, but I want to put that out. It doesn't really matter what others think, as long as you're trying to improve.
yeah,
Especially in that field. We are in a field where you can listen to people for days, but you have to commit to something, and that something is yourself. You have to commit to your dream. If you say that's my dream, and you are, I mean, once you have identified your dream, you have to go to that dream. And trying to use known path can lead to success, but at what cost? Is that part of your dream to sacrifice yourself? So you have to go to your dream in your path. And it's a lot of work to know which path you want to take. We can talk about Twitter, for example, having a lot of views on Twitter and subscribers and everything. But I'm just gonna say that people chasing numbers can be lost sometimes.
they definitely can. And Rando also brings up a good point. Any growth, no matter how small, is still good.
Yes. And even if you're losing subscribers sometimes it happens.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that soon too. Just you wait. There's gonna be some interesting numbers to look at.
But even if you don't grow with the numbers that you want, as long as you are taking a step, you will still move toward your
Yep.
goal. Even if the step is not in the right direction, it's still a step.
Yeah, as long as you feel like you did something better this stream than you did last stream, and you can consistently do that, you're gonna do fine. You just always have to be better than yourself, not necessarily anyone else. 'Cause at the end of the day, you are competing with everybody, but the only thing that you can really bring to the table is yourself. So that's what you should focus on and improve.
I don't think that you are even competing with everybody. I mean, you are competing for market share and everything, and that's a very pertinent viewpoint. But you are working and competing against yourself. How much do you want to push things? Where do you want to stop? That's a very good question, because some people never stop. Some people see that if something works, they have to do it, even if they don't like it. And you can lose yourself. So you are fighting yourself, because there is way out there to be successful, causing drama and everything will bring you success, but at what cost?
Yeah. There's a lot of ways to get to the end goal. Francisco also brings up a really good point. I made people laugh IRL last week, and it made him so happy because I was always so serious and untalkative.
Yes.
Dude, that's great. Like, that's honestly, that's not quite why I do things the way I do, but like, if your goal is to make people have a better day just because you were talking to them, That's fantastic.
Making
And
people happy is very interesting. Yeah,
yeah,
very important for me at least.
for me, one of my goals and the reason why I'm actually swapping away from, or why I originally swapped away from streaming as much as I did, was because I felt that my streams weren't really adding that much value to people's lives. And that's kind of important for me. That's kind of how I view streaming in general, is the reason why I'm streaming. Now, surprise to anyone who's a loyal viewer in my chat, I'm very self-centered about that. I want to succeed. But like, I also want to do it by bringing other people up with me, not by kicking people down. And when I was streaming as much as I felt like I was just playing games and just putting in the time for streaming rather than trying to make streams either more entertaining or more interesting or more educational or whatever. And that, I hope that people have kind of noticed that sort of shift in what I'm doing recently, but we'll see. Always adapting.
Weeaboo says that there is a lot of Japanese VTuber, so it's kind of hard to find smaller English VTuber. I gonna disagree on that one.
Well, I actually agree with Weeaboo.
Interesting. I like to debate because sometimes I change my view because of you.
I think if you are a VTuber, it's very easy to find other small VTubers. I think if you want to just watch VTubers, the people you are going to find are HoloLive, Kazuna, all the big names, Iron Mouse, Yanners, anyone from VShojo, all those people. Those are the people you are going to find first because they're the biggest. You have to dig a little bit to find small VTubers, especially on YouTube. It's a little bit easier on Twitch, but if you're actively searching for small VTubers on YouTube, we kind of get buried because we're small and that's how YouTube works.
I'm gonna disagree with you on that one, but because there is ways. I mean, YouTube works in a certain way, and you can be discovered if people are looking for small VTuber, and I have good example for that.
Go for it.
On my chats, when I do get recommended on the live VTuber feed, that happens sometime. Not on the top, don't get me wrong, but if YouTube notice that you are looking for smaller VTuber, because YouTube can notice this kind of stuff, you will be able to find VTuber. I dug to find this channel. Yes, you have to dig a bit, but if you do some kind of digging, you will find what you're looking for. And sometimes YouTube decide to recommend you on a broader scale, especially when you're trying something new. If it's
I have a
new,
good example of that too.
Yeah.
We're going to get into that one too. I have a lot of stuff to get into. I've tried a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah, me too, as you can see. But yes, welcome to the stream if you are first here. I don't think so. But
yeah.
Digging into YouTube for finding, it's kind of what usually people does. If they want to find the big name and stuff, yeah, that's the same thing. And actually, I do believe that being a quote-unquote a VTuber inside this ocean of VTuber is kind of not a very good thing, because VTuber mean actually a lot of things. A VTuber could mean hololive stuff, so very high quality but low interaction stuff. And it could mean PewDiePie who try to do something new, quote unquote, with putting AI for making his face like drawing. And it could be smaller English VTuber, which is very different from Japanese one. So in the same name, there is actually a lot of things. And I was very happy that my channel was tagged as a VTuber channel, because everything is VTuber related. So if you are into VTubing, you will have some chance to find me. But I don't have something that is for me or for the type of content that me and my friend does, because we don't do hololive quality video. We don't do Japanese video either, at least not yet. So it's something quite unique. And some people have tried to put name out there. I don't remember the name, but some people have tried to to use different name for VTuber and indie VTuber, for example. Some people try to call us indie VTuber, and maybe I should try to work with that tag, for example. It might help.
It might. I haven't actually looked into that one too much. Not yet, at least.
So sorry, we sidetrack a bit.
No, it's all good. It just goes to show that, like, we're both VTubers. We're both very different types of VTubers.
Oh, yes.
Like, it's just, there's as many different types of VTubing as there is streaming, as there is video creators on YouTube. Just everyone's different, and like, that's the kind of world you live in. Francisco considers us decent quality. That's one thing that I tried to use to set myself apart from other VTubers, honestly, because I feel like a lot of VTubers really I'm going to say this with all the love that I can, they really don't pay as much attention to their own stream as I really feel a streamer should. Not even just a VTuber, but just a streamer in general. You know? Like,
Yeah.
checking your own audio quality, checking your video quality, trying to make sure that it's a good viewing experience for someone else. Like, that's what's most important to me, is that it's good for you guys, people who are watching it. I'm talking to a microphone. I'm fine. I just want to make sure that you guys are good, you know?
There is something with that. We do have good quality because we try to have good quality because we're trying to make people have fun. But when you say that we have good quality and what that imply, you can understand our frustration when I'm checking what other people do for trying to have other ID to improve, and I stumbled upon VTubers that have no quality whatsoever, that have poor audio quality, and why people are staying over there? Why is there 100 viewer right now? Why is the chat is active? What the
Gotta be their
person does?
personality.
Yes. Personality, that's exactly it. Quality is not the
It's
only
not
thing
going to
that
bring you
matters.
success. It's an important factor, but it's not going to do it by itself. That was a hard pillow, or a hard pill I had to swallow. Because if we're going to be real here, the amount of money I have spent on my streaming setup is probably more than most people ever should. Because I had it in my head that quality was everything. And so I have the best quality of everything. But like, I'd like to think that it makes for a decent viewing experience, but I probably shouldn't have done what I did. And so I actually have a little bit of the reverse problem of I cared so much about how my stream was perceived that I focused less on the actual content of the stream for a while. I think I legitimately have that problem. I'm a pretty vain person in general. I care very much about how I am perceived, to the point where it kind of gets in the way of the actual content of what I'm delivering. I think that that's another place where people start to fail. Hey, what's up, Zero?
Yeah, oh Zero, welcome to the stream. Yeah, by the way, talking about quality, your chat is white against a white background is not really readable for the chat if you have a quick fix, but you probably don't.
Oh yeah, it's supposed to be boxed. I don't know why it isn't. Oh, it's because, there we go. There we go. It should be fixed now. When the next person messages, it kind of just deleted chat. But yeah, quality is something I tried to use as a crutch to bring myself success, and it didn't work.
Yeah, you successfully get rid of the chat, by the way. That's perfect.
There we go.
No, okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
Just a bit
there
of
we
delay.
go. Now that's much more legible. That's what it was supposed to look like this whole time.
Yes. That's way better.
But
I should take something on that. So yeah, quality. Quality is something, but you have to be an entertainer, and that's another set of skill. Talking every time is one of them, and being an entertainer with a that term is quite broad, but it's actually a skill that you have to earn. Even if the quality is good and we are saying stuff that is interesting, are we entertaining enough, quote unquote, enough?
Yep. And actually during my so kind of loop this back into some of the numbers discussion.
Yes.
After October, which was a really high month, towards the end of the month it started to slump down, so I started to freak out a little bit. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? And that's kind of it really hadn't hit me yet that I really needed to focus on the stuff, like the content I was making, rather than all the other stuff. And so for a while I actually had a female model, as you can see in some of these streams, not because I just swapped over, but also because I accidentally deleted my original model. Fun fact, had to remake it. Not that great of an experience. Definitely don't recommend deleting something, but that's one of the small changes I made to try and drive more engagement to my channel, which was ultimately a failure because, again, it was like I didn't ever really want to use a female avatar originally, and I still don't, just because it's not me. But yeah, Francisco, that is a very good question of how do you define an entertainer? And I think that's the definition is highly dependent upon the person asking the question, because to entertain someone, to me, means that you held their attention for a period of time. It might be a short time, it might be a long time, but I would consider people like let's pull out some examples, like game theory. Game theory is very educational, entertaining content. Like, you watch it because it's fun, they throw in a lot of jokes, a lot of references, they do a lot of interesting things to keep you entertained. Some other channels that are like just tutorials, they're not really there to try and make you laugh or feel good afterwards. They're there as a solution to a problem. And so you're not watching them for the same reason that you would watch, you know, game theory or PewDiePie or someone else. For me, I kind of define entertainer as someone who has a similar outlook on life that I can resonate with. Because, like, if they're telling a story and I can be like, oh yeah, something like kind of like that happened to me once, like, that's enough entertainment for me to stay with them, you know? That's it's such a broad question, and the real thing for me, at least on YouTube, is if you stay consistent, people figure out like why you are entertaining before you do.
Yes, I mean, entertaining, it's, for me, it's something that is very difficult to answer, because this word doesn't really exist in my language. So the whole entertaining idea, it's something that alienates me by nature, because I don't even have a good word for putting that on entertaining. And I know what it is, but it's really hard to put the word on it. Entertaining is the difference between saying facts, but making people laugh and remember that fact, even if they don't really want to.
That's a good definition.
I mean, no, that's not really a good definition, but I do have a perfect example, but I don't remember the name of that person. But in France, there is someone who is very good at making sketches, and you will learn stuff with the sketches, but it still makes you laugh. And you understand when you see that person that is a better entertainer than your teacher, because it's something that is dynamic and it resonates with you, and you want to learn more about him, about the sketch, or why did he say that. It makes you feel entertained. it echoes with you. For me, there's also someone who try to connect with their audience through their content. Not necessarily.
I think that, again, I think the question of what's an entertainer is, again, it's very dependent upon the person asking the question. Because, so for me, something that's kind of driven my recent kind of shift away from just gaming and doing more videos and things like that, or at least trying to do more videos and things like that, is because I want to share something that I'm passionate about with you in a way that tries to also make you passionate about the same thing. I want you to have either learned something, been entertained, or otherwise have had a better day because you interacted with me. That is kind of what my view of an entertainer is.
It kind of makes sense, but I'm really bad to discuss about that one. But I kind of know what it is, and I am still struggling with that because I don't feel that I'm entertainer. I'm good with entertaining people. I'm good at sometimes making them laugh, having terrible ideas but that are fun. But I'm not that good at entertaining people for a long period of time, and I am trying to work on that skill.
It's definitely a hard skill. And just to make sure I didn't pass over you, Francisco, he said that's so entertaining. I've dug into fine arts a bit. A theater, for example, like opera, its intention is to catch your full attention, so you stay silent at the audition. That's a very traditional definition of entertaining, is you're so captivating that people can't help but watch you.
I have some counter example because my cats can sometimes be very entertaining. Just watching them doing stuff that is stupid. They doesn't really want to interact with us sometimes, and so it breaks a lot of things about what the definition of entertaining that we are saying right now. But it's something that happened. It's kind of a sentiment being fulfilled. And being captivated could be one of them, like hypnosis or something like that, you know?
True, but I also don't think that being an entertainer means that you have to actually interact with people. Like streaming, you have to, for sure. Because that's, even if you're a huge streamer, you're still acknowledging your chat's existence. I don't think there's any streamers that can get away with not at least acknowledging chat every once in a while. But like YouTube creators, when they make a video for people to watch, and then they can interact with them after they've watched the video, but they can't really do it much during the video. And so that's, in my mind, I think that to be an entertainer, you just have to be creating something that people want to see, which is basically everything on the planet, because people want to see everything. But
yes,
that's kind of my broader spectrum.
Oh yeah, it makes sense. So long story short, we don't really have a definitive answer, and it's an answer that is different for each and everyone, but everyone has this kind of definition. So
yeah,
and they're both, and all of them are kind of legit.
Could that be called meta entertainment, is what Francisco asks? Potentially, yeah. But that's
shooting war stuff. I mean,
I don't know. I don't think either of us are qualified to answer that. I don't know the definition of what you would call it, but it seems good enough. A good enough word for it.
Good enough. Oh, you can do that. Nice.
But yeah, that struggle to be an entertainer is why we try so many things. I think that's why so many of us in the streaming community like jump around to different games as much as we can, because at least personally, like I try a game and when it doesn't perform as well as I'd like, it's like a little hard for me to try that same game again. Like, well, not this one didn't do very well. When in reality, there's like so many people that, or there's so many different reasons why something didn't work. And then when you try something new and it works, like what I tried in November, this is actually the stream that I think Rando showed up on, of all people, was I tried to play 100 games of Fall Guys in a single day. That was a really long day. And I quit 2/3 of the way through because my eyes were just, my eyes were not having it. I got through 65 games. It only took me like 11 hours or something, or 10 hours, but
yeah, safety issue first.
so much. But yeah, so that's kind of what's driven a lot of my own personal growth and my analytical growth, is trying a bunch of new things, especially in the first couple months. I feel like really helps me out. Is I hopped on some things and then I stuck with them for long enough to see if it worked, rather than just ricocheting. Like I tried a few RimWorld streams, I tried some Minecraft streams, like back to back to back, and some more Phasmophobia because that had worked. And then I also tried some original content. Well, original quote unquote. You know, I played Akinator and looked for VTubers, and that was a very good stream. But like those are just some numbers.
Nice.
Numbers are what I use to drive what I do. Not everyone does, probably not everyone should, but that's kind of how I work.
One of your viewers is making a bold claim. Rondo the Plume claims that the idea of making a 100 Fall Guys matchup in one stream is his idea.
Oh yeah, that was his idea. It was his idea, and
Okay,
it came because earlier I had played 100 games of Among Us in a single day. That was a previous stream. Maybe that was so that has to be the one where he showed up, because I did that challenge and then he's like, you should do Fall Guys, and I was like, no, that's dumb. And then I was like, okay, well, you know what, let's try it anyways. And I couldn't do it. It took too long. Oh my gosh, it took so long. I didn't think it was going to take as long as it was. It was a funny idea, and I'm glad I tried it, because I never want to do it again. But I did it. I tried it.
It's gonna be a fail. Did it yet?
Yep, it was a fail.
We should probably go back on track at some point.
Yeah. So anyways, back to more number stuff. Rayless, I think you didn't quite finish that sentence there. So we'll come back to that. But yeah, so numbers wise, October was really good. November was kind of good. Then December decided to just punch me in the face.
Really?
Yeah. Have I ever got a compliment on my voice? Yes. Apparently a lot of people like it. I don't really care for it, but you know, people do. But yeah, so December was an interesting month. I tried this is where I tried things that I really thought it was going to work.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't.
I am at the same point. I understand you so much.
Yeah. But so Immortals Phoenix Rising, that was an Ubisoft game that came out. People seem to get pretty excited about it. I actually really liked playing it. But as you can see, these numbers, they're just not very good. You know,
because
16
the game did not work properly.
Well, it didn't work properly too, but it worked well enough that I could stream it.
Yes.
And so I tried a few streams of that. It didn't work. I went back to Minecraft for a stream. That one did okay. I tried out Cyberpunk for some time. That didn't really work. Like, these are just average numbers for me at the time. This was a test stream, so this one doesn't count. I joined.
We could.
Sorry, go ahead.
I should probably take my number for Cyberpunk too.
Yeah.
It was one of the most quality things that I've tried on my channel, and the number was just so. I was, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that old now.
But occasionally I did have some good stuff happen. Like I joined a charity event and I streamed the opening ceremony because we could. That did really well. Went back to Cyberpunk, did pretty bad. Had an interview with Emperor Penguinato. That was kind of fun. It did very mediocre. Minecraft again did okay. Minecraft for the next couple streams did okay. But you can see these numbers are starting to go down a little bit. We started off in like average 50s and we're down into average 30s. And this is just the closing ceremony of the stream. I tried some Monster Hunter. They did okay. Did a tier list. Did more Monster Hunter. The creating terrible Twitter avatars did pretty well. People liked that one. I did, as many of you will know, I did that more in the future. And we're gonna speed run some of the rest of this stuff. January started to pick up a little bit again. Some of the numbers started going up and up. We did pretty good. And then in February they really went back down, like a lot. Not the best. And March, it's too early to say. But just to kind of put this in perspective, because I keep track of all my numbers, these are the month-to-month comparison numbers of everything I did for the first couple months. So we can disregard March for right now because it's not over. But this is month 1. Got a lot of impressions, a lot of views, some good watch time hours. I realized I didn't put subs on here, but whatever. We got like 30 something subs. Actually, I can look at that. In October, we got
a question from the chat while you fix that. Could that be related to the algorithm or marketing?
probably both.
I think I'm just gonna say that marketing is really a tough thing because most of the time it doesn't work very well.
Oh, I actually did try marketing on one of these videos. So I think it was a Fall Guys video. Oh, it's in the upload section. That's why. So this video right here, where I basically did a highlights video of that super long Fall Guys stream. I actually did pay to have this be an ad just to see what would happen.
Oh,
as you can see, it got a bunch of views.
Nice.
And no subscriptions, and basically no one watched the video. So, like, to its completion, very, very large drop off. Oh, let me put this graph up a little bit so you guys can really see it. But or move myself out of the way, I guess. Yeah, you see that graph? It's pretty bad.
Yeah, if you could talk about number, how many did you pay? Because I kind of want to do this kind of thing, but I don't really have the money.
I don't know. I think this was like $5, $10, something like that. Yeah, I didn't put a lot of money towards this. Again, this was just kind of like a test. I really just wanted to see if it would work. And yeah, oof, it's visible. It's pretty bad. I may need to shorten my streams. Yeah, that is one strategy. But this video did not do well. Compare that to, like, let's put out the I Am Rayless video, which is like my own highlight reel. Oh, I covered it up again. You know, I'm gonna move myself over by Hikaru. There we go. We're buddies over here on the right side of the screen.
Perfect. I hope I could move, but that's fine. I mean, technically I could if we...
Except for there we go. You get to be behind me. Oh, whoops. No, Blink has to go on top of you. There we go. Perfect. Beautiful. But as you can see, this video did significantly better by a lot. That's
yes.
And this is just one that I pumped out. You can see the graph some way above normal, stuff like that. This was me testing something. And so after this video, I did the how much is VTubing cost video, which is actually one of my, I think it's my best actual video that I've made right now. It's doing well above normal. It's also got pretty good retention and everything like that. It's doing very well. Pretty
you
great.
have actually quite a nice video. I should work on mine.
And then I tried something new. Ooh. So remember how you said YouTube likes to give new or your stuff to new people if you're doing well?
Yes.
So actually, let's go back to this video real quick. You know, this is the good video. This is how much does VTubing cost. So impressions are how many people YouTube has shown this video to. Click-through rate is how many people, after seeing that video, click on it.
Yes.
8.1.
It's a very good.
It's a good number.
It's a very good number.
Yeah, it's a good number. Now keep these numbers in mind. This video, YouTube showed to 320 people. 8.1% of people clicked on it. You ready for this one? This video, which has about the same watch retention, YouTube showed to 2.2 thousand people. And 0.4% clicked on it. Now, there's a lot of reasons why this video could have failed. Maybe my thumbnail's just bad. It's not really a great thumbnail. I thought it was entertaining, but it's probably not the best thumbnail. Maybe the title.
Your thumbnail wasn't. I clicked on your video because I thought it was you, but otherwise I would not have clicked on it, to be honest, because of the title and the thumbnail.
Yeah. I just tried titling it. I forget what this is even titled. It's like, oh, RimWorld is hard. I think the original title was like, I played RimWorld on Naked Brutality or something like that. Which, funnily enough, this is a fun numbers moment. Look where 67% of those impressions came from. Because Naked was in the title, that's how many impressions showed up, which is crazy.
Yep, that's one mistake. Okay, I kind of understand why your video did not work.
Yeah, so don't do that. But also, let's see. You should totally do a let's play. I don't know, man. Let's plays are. I actually tried. That's what this video started off as, was a let's play, and then I died immediately in the video. So
you're ruining the fun. You tell everyone the story. But yeah. Wait, what? I could do better thumbnail. Okay, I am very bad at thumbnailing. I'm gonna do my best, but they are kind of number-wise. They are okay. So if you're telling me that my thumbnails are bad, that's interesting.
So thumbnails are interesting because I have an interesting relationship with my own thumbnails. And in fact, let's look at this data real quick. So on my stats, you can sort everything by what percentage of people clicked on my thumbnail. What was kind of surprising to me, let's shorten this a little bit so everyone can see more. There we go. So this number on the right hand side, this is percentages. The highest click-through video I have is I Am Rayless. That is my highlight video of myself. It has a 12.65%, which is insane. That is so good.
The dropping view, etc. To see if to see the retention of viewer. I'm curious right now.
Of that video?
Yes.
Viewer retention 45%.
That's insanely high.
Yeah, this video was good by basically every metric that I have.
Yeah, but the impression is very low.
Yeah, 245 impressions, 12.7 click-through rate.
What's the description of the video then?
I believe I just said I am in fact myself in any form. And then I just threw in a bunch of keywords, some hashtags, my socials, some stuff like that.
You do not
I
have-
could definitely have done more with this, but
You do have a lot of. You have way more tags than me. Did you have an add-on or something?
yeah, all these are add-on. Like I have a add-on called vidIQ that shows me a lot of stuff.
You should do a tutorial about that because I did not use that and now I want. I want it.
But yeah, so that video is the best video in terms of click-through rate. The number 2 is not something I thought would happen.
By the
Sorry,
way,
go ahead.
We have some settings on your model that is showing on the stream, you know, on the left side of things. You might want to crop that part.
What settings?
If you look at the feedback, you see that on your on the left of your character there is a settings of VTuber.
Oh, why are those showing up? There we go. Get those off there.
You're
Boom.
welcome.
Thank you.
One thing, if you want to support a content creator, if they do something that's a mistake, or there is some issue with the stream, please tell that.
Yeah, just let them know.
Yeah. Let them know that there is something wrong with the stream. Usually we are very thankful to people to tell us that. Because if you don't tell us that, most of the time we are when we watch the VOD, we are, oh come on, what's that mistake? Why no one told me about that?
Yeah, happens a lot. But yeah, so my number two thing was my cooking stream that I did. I was not expecting that because guess what? I didn't even make a thumbnail for that stream. It has one now because I made one after the fact, but people just clicked on it for some reason. I don't know why. There wasn't a thumbnail. There wasn't one.
Can I see the description of the? Can I see the video? Because I do have some theory about that.
So when this video was made, I have every description you have seen, I have added since I posted this. When I made this, there was no description. The title was I'm cooking, or no, it still doesn't even have a description. Yeah, this is it, except for I didn't have a thumbnail. I think it was like this picture. This was the thumbnail.
Yeah, I know why. I know why.
But it's just like, let's get cooking. This is the picture. No tags, nothing. And it's one of the best streams I've done recently in terms of click-through rate. Just like, what the heck?
How do you get an impression and percentage on Excel done from YouTube?
Glad you asked. It's really easy. And I'm not using Excel, I'm using Google Sheets. But all you do is click on advanced mode, and then there's a download button right here in the top right hand corner. You can either download it to an Excel sheet or open it up as a Google Sheet. And there you go. That's how you get these numbers.
Yeah, I do have okay, I kind of understand why on the cooking stream there are two reasons why there is a very high click-through rate.
So yeah, that one surprised me.
Yeah, but I could explain that. I could verify that you do not have that many impressions. Yes, okay, that is correct. And can you see where those impressions come from? Because if my theory is right, you will have an above average number of impressions to people who are already watching your videos. If I'm correct, you will see more people that are already subscribed to your channel watching that video.
Browse features, suggested videos, channel pages.
Yeah, but
let's see.
there is not the
80% subscribers. Yeah.
Yes, that's the number I was looking for. That's why your video performed properly. That's why you have a high click-through rate on that video. I could explain you that. Yes!
That one just surprised me that people wanted to see it. So
No, it's because most of that click-through rate is people that have subscribed to your channel, so they already know you. And
Hey, what's
when
up,
you
Backtar?
see, wait,
oh, I was just saying hi to another person that showed up.
oh, sorry. Yeah, oh, welcome to the stream. When you see one of the persons that you are following say that, yeah, I'm gonna do a cooking stream. If they know you, they know that something bad could happen in that stream, you know. Especially when you do this kind of stuff with minimalistic stuff. You know, it's like if I'm saying that I will do an art stream. Yeah, people that know me will click on that because they know that I am very incompetent with art. So yeah, that's the reason why you get a high click-through rate. It's because it was quote unquote only recommended to your subscriber.
Yeah, again, that one was just kind of impressive to me that my subscribers wanted to see. But I mean, people have asked for another one since then, so we're gonna do another one sometime.
Yeah,
I still have everything set up.
It could be
I'm too
popular.
lazy to move it. The third one, this one genuinely confuses me. This is me playing Path of Exile. I'm just playing Path of Exile.
It was in January. Okay, can I see the video again?
Yeah, so this is Spindle. Yeah, so this is the thumbnail. Like it's an okay thumbnail. I don't think it's particularly great.
It's not that bad.
Like it's
I mean, it could be better, but don't get me wrong.
Also, Weeaboo says once in a while I think it's okay to say like and subscribe in your video. But there's way too many YouTubers that say it on every video. Like and subscribe, or this spider will be under your bed tonight. Yeah, basically. That's why I have my I don't like to really say it on stream. That's why you guys will see in like the top left hand corner, you see like the subscribe button go by on the screen. Like I think it's like once every like 8 minutes or something like that. Just enough to remind people, but not enough that it's actually annoying.
I usually don't do that because I don't want to spam my viewer with that. So yeah, back to the subject because I am interesting. View 19.1 views, okay, plus 2 subscriber, watch time, okay,
yeah.
interesting.
This one, 60% of the watch time came from subscribers. I didn't realize how many of my subscribers played Path of Exile. Because like 100 or like 91 views out of, at the time, was like 170 subscribers. Like half of my subscribers. Like, why was this one the one? And this one actually even got good views after the fact. So this one got 200 impressions during the stream. And it got a lot of views during the stream. And then it got 600 after the stream. Streams never do that good after the fact. Like, streams kind of go dead after they finish, unless you did something really, really well.
Yes, I do believe. Oh. Can you scroll down a bit on your engagement?
On my engagement?
Reach. On the reach side. I want to see from the YouTube search algorithm. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I had a lot of good search terms because 65% of my views came from search. And usually
Which
that
is
number's
actually
like
insane.
Yeah, usually that number's like 10% maybe. So apparently I just titled this video really well.
You titled that video very well, and the algorithm understand that, and the description is very important. So the thing that and you see that you have a lot of good a lot of word and good word. For example, for the Zelda, I do have counter example. If you do not pick up successfully the keyword, which is the case with my Zelda Force World Adventure video, it's just titled and labeled at VTuber. I don't have any Nintendo or Zelda or Link nor anything, and I just, because of your stream, I just really realizing that once again, the description of your video is one of the most important things, because you do not talk to your viewer, but you talk to the algorithm, and you need to talk to him.
Yeah, algorithm's interesting. So that does bring me into a very another thing that's like super. This one, I think, you know, maybe people in chat don't like listening to the numbers all the time, but this one legitimately is so interesting to me because of what happened with it. So
Okay.
this was actually just a couple days ago, like 5 days ago.
Okay.
This is for a new game called Eternal Return Black Survivor. Well, newer game, Eternal Return Black Survivor.
It's quote unquote new. It's not
Oh,
that
like-
well known right now. Okay.
Click-through impressions pretty garbage.
Oh, yeah,
Impressions
yeah.
are bad. Views are bad. It did very well for like when the stream came out. But what's crazy to me is when we go into the details and you see the tags. So this add-on shows me what I'm ranked on each of the tags. So if I have this number here, that means that's my ranking on YouTube. This video is the 25th best video for Eternal Return duos on YouTube.
Mm.
When this video first came out, I was number 1 on all 4 of these tags, and it still did absolutely terrible.
Yes, I can explain you why. Eternal Return is a Chinese game, and it's pretty well known in Black Survival. It's a mobile game that is a prequel for. It's not really a prequel, but it's a mobile game, and Eternal Return is just a MOBA version of that mobile game, and it's very good. It's very good, but it's not really well known in the West, and
You
not
say
very
that.
popular. Yes.
And yet, if we go down here to our lovely keywords, there's 300,000, almost 400,000 searches for it every day.
Yeah, but those search came from China.
Potentially.
This game is very popular in China, or in Asia in general. I mean, it's where most of the player base was when I was looking into it. So that's the thing that you don't see with number. You get smoked by number.
Well, you can, if you get enough views, you can see where your audience came from, which I did
Yes.
not in this case. But
But
yeah, so that's an interesting one where even being ranked number 1 wasn't enough.
yeah, because you're ranked number 1 of something that there is no one watching it, basically.
I
You
mean,
can- I mean-
400,000 subs, 400,000 people looking for it is actually a lot more than most games.
Yeah.
Even if they're Chinese and not looking for an English speaker, like, it's kind of crazy. There are games that I streamed for less viewers that got a lot more.
Yeah, but the numbers that you're showing is the numbers that are typed in Google, not in YouTube, right?
Nope, it's in YouTube.
Oh, it's in YouTube.
Yeah, these are YouTube searches.
Okay. I
So-
don't know where did that came from, because I can assure you that the best Eternal Return, Black Survival Eternal Return YouTuber out there have good videos, the good tutorial videos that allow you to learn the game, but have very, very poor view if you compare that to other game.
Yeah,
Because once again, in the West, it's an unknown game.
yeah. So just that's interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting because even if there is a lot of number backing up that it should work, it actually do not work, and it does not surprise me. I mean, mainly because I've tried Black Survival before on a collab that is very, very poor quality actually. But yes, because I do things that I'm not happy with my quality. I need to improve. There is a lot of things that I need to improve. But if I look back 2 months ago, I just basically want to delete everything that is 2 months old.
Yeah, that's definitely a big feeling.
Because I am improving, and that's a good thing. If I want to delete previous stuff, it means that I am improving.
That Weeboo brings up a good point. If you go on trending on YouTube and see what's popular, I think it's good to see and make videos on what is trendy. It's definitely interesting, and that actually there's a term for it called trend jacking, which is a very legitimate way of growing. The problem with that, just for me, is it's really hard for me to trend jack something that I don't really care about. Like I did that with Among Us because I had fun with it, and same with Phasmophobia, is because technically I saw that those were trending and that's why I got into them in the first place, but I also liked those games. So it was interesting.
It's.
But
I do have a counter example for that.
go for it.
Let's talk. For example, I do have made one stream that is a Let's Talk stream. It's not really trending nor anything. I did not push any research. It was a. I did not believe in the stream, to be honest. I know that I will have fun, and that's the most important thing. And because it was requested, I say, okay, you know what, let's go. I will have fun, but I was thinking that the stream will do poorly. But that's one of the best streams of the channel. And I do have I don't really have an explanation, and sometimes doing things that you want and your viewer want actually work.
Yeah. I agree. And that's why I've kind of shifted my content a little bit recently, where I stopped doing just random gaming / whatever shenanigans with people, because like even up until recently that was most of my stuff, and I still do gaming and stuff, but I've been focusing a little bit more on videos where I try and add value to people. And some people have messaged me after the fact about questions that they had, and now I want to make videos on those to kind of repay the initial viewership. So doing what your viewers want is a good thing.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I had to drink water. As long as you also want to do it, that's the caveat.
We can talk about trend jacking, because I think I do have a video that is in that category, I guess.
Yeah, your HoloLive video is a perfect example of that. It's just for those unknowledgeable about here.
Yeah, it's please don't advertise that video. It's probably one of my worst video on my channel.
We're advertising it. It's a perfect example for what we're talking about. Look at that. Look at that. This beauty. Oh, I guess if I click on it, we can't see the thumbnail. By the way, everyone, this is Hikaru's channel. You should go sub to him. Great guy. So here it is. Let's just blow this up real quick. This is a great example of trend jacking while it's working. Making a video on a hot topic gets you a lot of views.
Especially if you do your diligence before you make. My video is very poor quality. I'm not gonna lie. My video is very, very poor quality, and it kind of show in the viewer retention chip. It's very bad. But I do put every single one keyword. I put the video where it should be. So on Twitter with the good research term, on Reddit with the good research term. Some people even put me on 4chan, because there is a channel dedicated on 4chan for this edition. I just discovered that because I had some view from 4chan. And all in all, it's just that I just give people good advices with a poor quality video. And yeah, that's trend jacking in a nutshell.
But it worked.
Yes, it works, but I'm very curious if I can see the number of people that have actually subscribed to that video and actually see my content afterward.
Yeah, that is the question. Out of topic, but I like the term trend jacking, says Rando. It's a good term.
Yeah, I kind of like it too, to be honest.
I didn't make it up, but I do like using it. But yeah, so to kind of loop that back into more numbers discussion.
You're right.
With no, it was a good tangent, because it's gonna lead back into trying some things like trend jacking. So these are summations of the first of like all the videos and streams. You can see how many videos I made, how many streams I did, and all that stuff. Welcome back, Lapras. You've joined the analytics stream.
Come back.
So in October, I had 16,000 impressions, 1,300 views, 300 watch time hours, which is pretty good for a first month. It's not bad.
It's very good. I think yeah. It's a very good start. You had actually an amazing start.
Yeah. Next month, I didn't get many more watch time hours, but I got more views and more impressions. So like, sweet, good on me. I also made a few more streams and videos. Next up is December. Things go down a little bit, especially in the watch time department. It goes down quite a bit. But I made about the same amount of streams, about the same amount of videos. I felt like I put the same amount of effort in, but things didn't really quite go as well. January is a weird month because 25,000 impressions, highest yet, 38,000 views, 277 watch hours. Literally 38 times as many people watched me in January because of a couple videos. And this kind of loops back into the trend jacking, is because I had one video. I tried a short video and it got 25,000 views. It got me 150 subscribers in a week. It was absolutely insane. And I've not been able to reproduce that.
But the watch hour is pretty low if you compare to the.
That's
number of
because
views.
shorts, specifically shorts, not like just short videos, but the actual shorts
Oh yeah.
category, they don't count. So they're only good for getting you subs.
I mean, that's not a bad thing, I guess.
Yeah, it's not a terrible thing, but it's a Pokemon in the chat. Yeah, Lapras has been around for a while. Good to have you back. But let's see. It's funny because if you had 20 subscribers and got more than 100 views, you'd be surprised. But if you had 1 million subs and got 500 views, you wouldn't be as excited. No, I'd be devastated. If I had 1 million subs and 500 views, I'd be scared of like, what did I do wrong? That's
No,
terrible.
Yeah, if you got those numbers, you've been shadow banned by YouTube, and
Yeah.
you need to reach out to them.
Yeah,
I
that's a
think
shadow
Kiara
ban
is
for
still
sure.
Shadow ban. I think Kiara is actually still shadow banned by YouTube.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Why?
Just because YouTube just does whatever YouTube wants, whether or not it's in their best interest. I don't know. YouTube's weird.
Yeah, because actually Kiara take a ban, then I've been manually unbanned by YouTube, remember? And then she take a shadow ban.
Oh, YouTube.
I mean, come on.
Yeah. So what's crazy about January also is I had the same amount of impressions. I had more watch time. Views don't really count because it was a short video. But I did 19 total videos or streams compared to 28. I did a third less and did the same. So that was interesting to me. And then February had some stuff happen. I was sick for like a week and a half of it, and some other crap happened, so I didn't do as much as I wanted. And, you know, I suffered as a result. Those are pretty low numbers. But what's actually kind of interesting is even with these tiny numbers, my averages for the videos didn't really go down much. In fact, they were up compared to my first 3 months. So what these are show is how many views, how many impressions, and how much watch time I was getting per stream or video. They had gone up. So even though my overall stats had gone really down, I had improved enough that people liked the fewer amount of stuff I was putting out more. Which just kind of goes to show that, like, even if your overall numbers going down, if there's something that's rising that's like really good, like viewer retention or click-through rate or things like that, that's something really good to focus on. Also, hey Vespa, how you doing?
But the other thing that is very dangerous with the click-through rate, you need to ponder that click-through rate with the subscriber percentage of that video. If a video gets very low impression rate and a very good number of people and a very good click-through rate, you need to look at the number of people actually subscribe to your channel to see and watch your video.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't have the other report that I wanted ready for this, but what it would have shown is the type of streams and everything, with like what game got the most subscriptions and impressions and all this other stuff. So I unfortunately don't have as much of that I want, but I do have a simplified version of it. So this was me comparing all of my stuff to each other. So I broke it apart by stream and VODs, or videos. And the numbers are kind of interesting. So I've done 112 streams over the last 5 months. Which vaccine did you get? Oh, and why did you get it? Because I don't like COVID, and I got the Johnson & Johnson one. It kind of messes with you though, so be careful. But so yeah, I've done 112 streams since I started way back when in October, and I've made 16 videos. What's kind of interesting to me, and this is something that's been slowly turning me away from streaming as much and trying to focus more on higher quality video content, is even though I'm getting more subs from streams currently by about 4 times, I on average get more impressions and more views daily.
Can I add something?
Go for it.
I'm pretty sure that there is a bug in the impression of your stream. When you are streaming, or I think the impression number of your stream does not count properly for the video type.
You are pseudo correct. So if we go back to just any one of these, we have to go to a stream. This, or what it shows right here, these are all after it's been published. These are all before it's been published. So
okay.
these impressions down here are the impressions you got while streaming. These impressions up here are things you got after. And by the way, this also shows your click-through rate and views during that stream. So like this one had a 6% click-through rate while streaming and a 5% after the fact.
I should check that. Let me see one of my videos.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Oh yeah, I need to check out those numbers. Oh, okay. You made me that's something very important. I need to check more the number of the bottom right.
Yep. Because now if you take that Eternal Return stream, that after the fact it did terrible.
Yes.
It actually did pretty good while it was live.
Yeah, that's something that should be recurrent with the stream, especially on longer stream. I mean,
Yep. So it's just kind of interesting. That's why I like looking at these numbers, is because some games do much better. Like some streams do really good while you are live and do terrible afterwards. But some might just do okay while you're live and then do really good afterwards.
I never had such a case actually.
For me, that's what happened with this this Path of Exile stream. Is I got 64 views during it, and 91 views after it. This was one of the few streams where that's happened, but like apparently people liked watching this after the fact. I don't really know why. They just kind of did.
Yeah, it's weird. This one is
So-
very weird. What is the viewer retention rate? Can we see the graph?
Retention rate on a stream is always going to be awful.
Yes, but maybe there is something that we could learn. A lot of people actually how many? Yeah.
Like this
Everyone
one had a
skipped
lot of
John.
subscriber views, but like still,
Yeah.
it's just interesting.
It's pretty high. What is the rate of your channel? We need to compare which is comparable.
To what? Sorry.
We need to compare things that we can compare together. What is? I don't know if you can see that actually. How can I see the actual number of people subscribed to your channel watching your video?
Like right now, or?
Yeah, on all time or.
Oh no, you can't see the actual number of people that are subscribed to you that watch your video. You only know how much time people subscribe to you watch your video.
Okay.
That's why watch time's like a weird metric, because you can have 90% watch time from subscribers if 2 subscribers watched your whole stream and 100 people watched it for like 30 seconds. Like you'll still have more watch time from subscribers than the 100 new people who drop by. It's weird. You like smaller streamers because they can notice you and others easier. Yep, that's kind of something we covered a little earlier. That's why a lot of people like watching small streamers, because you do get that interaction. That's something that you don't get with bigger streamers. It's a very real thing.
Yeah, I know that people. I am kind of sad because I know that some people, if I'm growing, I know that some people will stop watching me, and I really like the community and everyone who is showing on my stream. I get attached to them. I get attached to my viewer, and I feel like that that's why I made very clear that I want to increase my quality of my the quality of my content. And I want to tend to grow. It's because I feel like for some people they will not like the content that I will do if I get more popular one day. I should say when I get more popular, but
It's true. It's interesting for sure. You think that if a big streamer tries to find ways on interacting with viewers, it'll be more successful? No.
no.
I actually don't think so. It's a weird dichotomy, because I think the bigger you are, the less you should interact with chat. Not like talking to chat, but like interacting with specific people in chat, because you just can't. You don't have the time for everyone. It's not a thing.
Let's
Like,
say that.
even
let's,
Go ahead.
Go on. Okay. I'm gonna say let's talk about someone like Kiara. Let's take the last. I don't know what Kiara, but let's just take the last Kiara stream. The last Kiara stream lasts for very bad example, but 7 hours with 116,000 views. So if you divide those numbers, it means that per viewer she has exactly something like 7 times 60, 160. She has exactly 0.003 minutes per viewer. That's not even a second per viewer.
Yeah. So yeah, it's interesting, because large streamers, I don't think they can afford to really pay attention to specific people in their chat, because they're too busy pleasing the audience. You know?
Yes, and all alive even stop reacting to super chat because they have so many of them, and they do super chat stream, and then they read every super chat, but the viewer can not be there if they don't want to.
Like, another way to think about it is, you know, I love each and every one of you guys in the chat, but let's say that there were 4 times as many of you right now that were all talking as much as you. It would be hard for me to try and keep up with just that. That's only 32 people. Like that, it's hard.
I will not be able to read a chat that is for time more active.
Yeah, like it's such a weird thing because I feel like most streamers really like interacting with their chat because, you know, they're people there that are supporting you. Like, it's great. I'm really happy that each and every one of you is here. But I also feel really bad if, like, it got to the point where there are so many of you here that I can no longer pay attention to each of you. Like, that's when I'd be like, oh, I see a question, I answer it, I look away for a second, there's 4 more questions, you know, I can only pick one. I don't know if I'll ever get to that point, but it's always an interesting point that I think any streamer that grows enough will get to.
I do believe that in fact, when there is more people in the chat reacts more like a hive mind, should I say.
Yeah.
When they have a question on how you do something, you will see how in the chat with a lot of people saying how at the same time. And you will know that you need to explain something. For example, when you make a game glitch or stuff like that. And when just the chat is pretty quiet, you can just pick up one question, or not really one question, but talk with the people actually talking, one of them at least. And because most of the time the chat is interacting with you in a weird way. Yeah, it's kind of like a hive mind. If I've kind of watched the big streamer, not too big, not Kara size, but the next step where you can't read the chat anymore, and I'm trying to get ready for that. But the chat tend to grow like a hive mind and act like an organic way, and someone will ask a question, and everyone is yeah, that's a good idea, good question. You know, this kind of thing that tend to happen. Like
it's
a group
true.
in a group. If you're in a group with friends, even if you have something like 20 friends, you know, I've not really a group, but you go on a bar with 20 friends, and you can have discussion with everyone, but it's kind of weird because it's organic. Everyone at the table have the kind of the same type of discussion, but not at not at the same time and space. If that makes sense.
Yeah. And Rando brings up a good point of sometimes when there's a lot of people chatting, others stop talking. Who also says, luckily it doesn't seem like you've experienced many trolls or spammers, unless I have. Oh, I have. Don't you worry.
Oh, it happened, but
yeah, it happens. Well, you just kind of have to accept that it's going to happen. There's no real way to avoid it happening, and trying to pretend that it doesn't exist doesn't help either. It's just making sure you're ready to deal with it when it does. And you know, sometimes that extends to people in your own community, which that's always awkward, is when you have to tell someone who's been with you for a while to, like, hey, you need to cut that out, you know? I had to do that a month or so ago. It was just kind of awkward.
it did not happen to me yet, so I cannot testify about anything about that. But I'm gonna say that I don't have rules for a reason. There is no rule on my chat, so that means that I don't have any rules for moderation either. If I don't want something in the chat without any warning, you will be banned without any warning. Since there is no rule, I am not. No one could say, "Hey, I have done something that is in the rule." There is none. It means that I have the power to use that how I want. That's how it is.
I'm the opposite. I have a lot of rules, because that way if someone does something, I can just point to a rule and be like, well, you should have known. It's weird, but it works for me.
Logic. You know, people and logic sometimes. Yeah, no, I get you. I get you. You're doing what most people do. They put rule out and say, yeah, I'm protected by the rule, but I'm not a lawyer, and making rules, there is a lot of cracking into rules, and the more I do, the more I see cracks. And I have actually kind of rules that are applying to myself, but I know that there is crack even if in my rules, inconsistency. So I did not put that out there, so I know that there is inconsistency, but those inconsistencies that you cannot write, they feel right to me, and that's the thing that I am a moderator on my own chat, and if there is a moderator on my chat, it does not have rules, but I trust them to do what is good for the chat.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Just different ways of doing it.
Yes, very
Francisco brings up a great question of how do you build a community, and that he's seen horrible communities. Well, Francisco, as soon as I figure out how to do that, I'll let you know.
Yes. I 5 on that answer. I
advertise my Discord. I try to get people to join it because that's where I talk the most. And, you know, I don't really have a good answer for building a community. Given with how self-centered I am, because I have no disillusions about myself. Like, guys, if I didn't want attention, I wouldn't be streaming. I'm just gonna be super blunt with you. Like, I'm okay admitting that to myself. Not many people are, but I am.
Yes, you are honest with yourself, and that's very important.
But
I wanted.
The downside of that is it's harder for me to build a place that everyone else wants to be, not just me. It's something that is probably a very big weakness of my own personality. Is, like I said, I'm pretty self-centered, but I tried. This is gonna sound really weird. I try to be selfish in ways that benefit other people, because, like, the reason why I want a community is because I want a group of people that I can talk with and have fun with, and hopefully, you know, bring them up with me on my way up. I think that that's awesome. But because I'm generally focused on myself, whether I'm thinking about it or not, making something of genuine value to other people is a little bit harder for me. And I think that's really what a community is when a creator can bring value to the people who watch them.
Yes, I totally agree with you. Not on everything, but
yeah. Like I said, I just know myself. I know why I'm doing this. I know why I want to continue doing this. And
you're open about this, and that's the most important thing. You are honest.
Yeah, Rando says a good thing. Let's be honest, most content creators are self-centered one way or the other. Well, yeah, and I completely agree with that. And I don't think that's bad. I just think that it can be bad. Like everything, like, just because you're self-centered doesn't mean you can't be a great person and help other people.
I mean, I disagree with you, but that's a problem with the definition. Someone that is quote unquote self-centered is someone that will put his interest above all else. I am sorry to announce that, but you actually don't really do that. You are a bit selfish, but you know, you are not self-centered. Why? Because for me, because of the definition of self-centered, if you want to be known, you will have continued with the Twitter stuff. If you wanted to be known, you will have done more clickbaity video, more short videos and stuff like that, you know? Things that will have grow your popularity at the cost of integrity. Or providing quote-unquote good content for your viewer, which is exactly what you're trying to do. So, because you're trying to fulfill your selfishness with helping other people, you are not putting yourself above everything else. So you are not self-centered, according to my definition, of course.
That's true to a point. I would agree with you on some of those points, but again, just for me personally, everything that I do at the end of the day keeps myself in mind. It's just kind of how I work. But again, you know, I don't think it's a bad thing. I think that not enough people actually care about themselves enough.
You are right on that one. Not enough people take themselves inside the equation. What kind of game do you like? Question.
Yeah. I like simulation games. Those are my jam. Games like Factorio and Shapes.io, Satisfactory, stuff like that. But I like a big genre, a bunch of games. But
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
I am laughing about something, but I cannot say that.
A lot of people who do TikTok and whatnot have flat-end egos, which is not good, but being self-centered can be good. Yeah, that's... I can't get emotional on my own stream. I don't let myself do that. But there's I have very strong reasons why I feel like being self-centered is not a bad thing, or at least I mean, like I said, it can be a bad thing. When you reach narcissism levels, you know, maybe that's where you draw the line if it's really bad. But no, it's just, especially with like friends that are dealing with depression and stuff, which I seem to draw a lot of people to me that are dealing with depression. I don't know why, but I've helped a lot of people through it, apparently. That's not a brag or anything, that's just a reality. But a lot of my philosophy comes down to just, if you know how much you actually mean to someone, or like even just to yourself, it's important. It really is.
I do kind of understand how you came to that. I believe that the small content creator have actually a group of people that want to talk with them, and those kind of people are most susceptible to depression. I think that could be an explanation, and I really want to say that it's very important for me, at least, to be able to talk to you. I want to help as many people as possible, but I know that I tend to avoid this subject for a very good reason. It's because not talking about it and having just fun is a way to help people. Some people need to talk, and I'm not qualified to do that. I do not have any information. I am actually terrible at doing that, but I'm terrible at a lot of things. But if you could have fun while the streams, that's the most important thing for me, at least.
Yeah, I agree.
About this number, do you have other number to show us?
Yeah, give me a second. I kind of got myself worked up there for a second.
Yes, don't worry. It's 5 a.m. for me, and I run out of subject to help. I'm sorry. I kind of see that, but I could still work on stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we are past your time limit, so, you know, don't feel bad if you need to go sleep like you probably should.
I probably should, but I'm not gonna lie. It's past the reasonable point. At this point,
Yeah.
it's so bad at this point. You're looking at saying, yeah, that's bad. Well, since we're there,
I don't know, man. You should always make sure you take care of yourself and not at the cost of streaming. That's kind of my philosophy.
I have fun. I have fun right now, and that's my thing. I have fun, and I know that I will not regret, but I will say, yeah, I kind of abuse that, but this sentiment will happen no matter what I do. So I'm gonna continue to grab a bit more fun on the way. It's not gonna change anything if I sleep now in 1 hour.
Yeah. Just to touch on it one more time, guys. Just remember that you matter.
Yes. Everyone matters. And actually,
Everyone
I actually
matters.
need to. I actually need to grab a drink. 2 hours without drinking is very hard for my voice right now.
Sounds good.
Be right back for a minute. Sorry about that.
Ooh. This is why I can't talk about my own ideologies. I get like emotionally messed up. I get way too passionate about stuff like this. It's also a good thing I don't have a face cam on right now. I look like a gibbering mess. Hooray for VTubing, be able to hide your emotions behind an avatar. Let's go. Actually, I guess I could put that on my avatar. Be like, boom. Actually, it's more like I don't know. I don't know what face I would use. Oh no, I'm fine. It's just I get very passionate about talking why people matter. Because, you know, like a lot of people, sometimes you have people who think they don't matter enough to end their own life. So I had too many of that in my life. Actually, I'm gonna go grab a drink too.
Yep, I'm back. Sorry about that. I believe that Ray take a break too.
Yeah, I had to go grab a drink myself. Getting too emotional.
Getting emotional sometimes it's okay. I mean, I'm a bit of character right now, but we are all human in the end of the day, and
Stupid music isn't helping. Gotta get to something more upbeat. There we go. Have this sad, thoughtful music going on. Can't have that. I get too deep. I go too deep.
Yeah, I am so sorry, but I'm gonna change the subject for a few minutes. But
Sounds good.
I don't know how you do with musics and stuff, because I just like dynamic music, you know. Epic music works with everything. If you see a spreadsheet, it's boring. If you see a spreadsheet with an epic music like Goblin Slayer, it becomes the best spreadsheet ever, and there is a monster that you need to find, track down, and successfully beat. You know, it's kind of take form in your mind. It makes your heart go beat a lot faster, and you okay, let's just do that. It's 5 a.m. Epic music. It's 2 a.m. and you need to work out. It's beat. Epic music. You need to work on something. Epic music. You need to relax. Epic music, because you will be in peace of mind with this battlefield around you. You know?
Yeah, I usually try and tailor the music to what I'm doing, which is kind of weird that like I put it on piano music for just like, you know, chill vibes while we talk, and then it got into this like super not sad but reflective music. I'm like, uh-oh. I'm very susceptible to music, by the way. My mood can vary very drastically depending on what I'm listening to. Oh gosh. Gotta recover.
That's fine. It's fine sometimes.
Oh.
I mean, music can be very interesting sometimes, but I resonate with epic music because I do not want to stop moving. I don't want to be titanised by fear or anything. I want to move. I want to get forward, and I'm sorry, I have something way too epic in my ears right now, so
Epic music is great. I'm a big fan of it. When I like just wanna, it's really good at psyching you up. And thanks, chat, for the good wishes. I really am fine, by the way. I'm an all or nothing kind of guy. If I get focused on something, especially something emotional, oh gosh. But yeah, music is good. I really like using epic music in situations that really do not call for it. Like one of the videos I put out, it was when I was eating like a super hot sauce, and I just had this really awesome epic music playing in the background, and it just made the whole thing just hilarious. Because my heart was already racing because I was eating a freaking hot sauce, but it was made even better by that. So.
And now some Attack on Titan kick-ins. Best OST.
My other go-to is like really high energy gospel music. I don't know why, but I love it. I love it so much.
Yeah.
Weeaboo Jones says too many VTubers use cute music. I think it's just part of there's a lot of that for the VTuber aesthetic, I think. Because a lot of people make cute characters. Like that's their deal.
Okay. If I'm starting to get on that subject, we will totally sidetrack with the number, and we do have a lot of things to talk about number. I think so. We might want to do a part 2 if I'm sidetracking too much, but
well, there's not too much more that I was gonna go over.
Okay.
Well, we hit most of the high beats, so. But just in case you were wondering what my actual goals are, because I don't just look at numbers, I also have goals in mind. This is important, and I think this is another thing that some people don't do as much. My goal is to have 15 million views a year. That is like my penultimate goal.
Mm-hmm.
Which means I need 1.25 million views per month.
Makes sense.
And I'm at 0.06% of that right now.
0.006%.
Or yeah, sorry,
no,
0.006%. Yeah. So these are the that's my estimate for how much it would cost for me to like actually live on. But I don't actually know, because I have, you know, you don't get paid on YouTube till you have 1,000 subs and 4,000 watch hours, so you never know. But that's my current goal.
That's interesting. It's really important to have goals, but I believe that your goal is kind of way too high right now.
Well, that's my penultimate goal. My current goal, that is which sheet is that on? This one is to have 1,000 subs before the end of the year, and this shows roughly where I need to be at during every week of the year in order to be hitting that. This is assuming a 5% growth every week, starting at 30 back when I did. So if I can at least continue on with what I'm doing, then we're on a good path.
I should actually do that, but I've started wanting to do that with me doubling my subscribe number every month. So yeah, it was not that great. No, it's not right.
Well, sometimes you just have really good months and really bad months.
I just had a very good month in numbers, so I'm starting to I know that I will fall behind afterwards, so it's the moment where I will never gonna do better than that because of those reasons, and I'm losing speed.
Yep.
But that's fine.
Here's where I posted that short where I got like 20 subs a day for a couple days. and I got more, and then I got none, and then I lost 4, then I lost 2 more, and then I got more.
That's
It's an interesting graph.
yes. I can show you mine, but it's not as interesting as yours.
Weebu asks, how old am I? I'm 30. I'm on the older end of VTubers, probably.
Yeah, probably. We can talk now about VTubers. The thing with VTuber, especially the Western one, is that they are more artists. A lot of Western VTuber
Oh.
are artists.
Yeah.
And when I say a lot, I mean more than half of them are artists. The other half are, how should I put that? 3/4 of them are artists, half of them, so some are artists, and girls that want attention and are ready to sell everything for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
There is even guys that are doing that, and
Yeah.
I don't know why, but when I go on one of their stream, everything looks fake, and you can sense it that
We're definitely in a super minority, Hikaru, that's for sure.
Western VTubers that doesn't speak Japanese and that are not artists and that are actually male VTuber. Yeah, I think we are extinct.
Yeah, we're definitely in the minority.
Yes, actually, when some people watch through my stream say, "Oh, you know those VTuber and those VTuber," I'm, yep, I know them.
Yeah, you kind of can't not know them.
And they say, "But yeah, why?" Because we are something like maybe at most 10 of us. At
There
most.
really are not many of us, that's for sure.
And when I
That's-
say VTuber, I'm talking about people that have actually modeled, because PNG tuber and VTweeter are very hard to keep track on. It's not
Yeah,
that I
PNG tuber I think is valid. The VTweeter, that's kind of, you know what? They can do whatever they want. It doesn't affect me. They can
Yes,
do whatever the hell they want.
I did not say that the PNG tuber are a bad thing. I do not judge. It's just that because I'm trying to be a VTuber with a live 2D model and are interested in 3D, I will watch what people do as a technological standpoint and everything. So I'm more looking towards this kind of content for making collabs and seeing what people do and what can I do to improve my stream and the quality of that and making more people happy.
Yeah.
It's funny trolling different language streamer. It's not really trolling when you do not understand what your community did
Yeah.
say.
Quite often we get people in here that try to get me to say something in a different language, and my response is usually the same of like, I'm not going to say something I don't understand, because you have no idea what horrible things people are going to try and get you to say, you know?
Yes. I'm usually answering, what does it mean?
Yep. Oh, good times.
Yes, it's usually well, usually have fun, but yeah, we are almost extinct. That's really bad, because I thought it's 5 a.m. on my brain, my smooth brain say, yeah, you know what, I got ideas, and right now I'm that's not that bad.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting how rare it is to have a guy who wants a male avatar and is perfectly fine just being themselves as the male avatar, instead of having a cute female avatar. Not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm just remarking at how rare it is, which is crazy to me.
Yes, it's rare, and because it's rare, and I'm not doing something like a nose, because yeah, some people say, yeah, if female work and I want to have male avatar, I will do host thing, and there is a big wave of host VTuber, male host VTuber. When I say big wave, quote unquote, is that 3/4 of the male VTuber community right now is host pre-debut VTuber.
Oh, pre-debut. I could go on and on about pre-debut. Oh my gosh.
Yes, but it's not gonna work. I mean, I believe in something, and I mean, how can you make something that work? Do something that you want to do. If you want to do it, and you think that it will, if you think that one type of content will be appealing to you, maybe it's worth making it.
Yeah.
I think there is a lot of them. That only problem is that they are really buried.
I think that there are more than we probably think there are, but I would be very surprised if we were far off from our estimates. Like, I'm not gonna go out there and say they don't exist. There's none or anything like that, but I will say that there are probably a lot more guys who have female avatars. Again, nothing wrong with this, just stating a fact, or what I think is a fact. I think there are more guys with female avatars than there are guys with actual guy avatars.
Probably, yes.
Don't think that's that radical to say. I'm really curious to see how they'll do in the long run, because many of them are still pretty new, you know. Some in the VR chat community do very well though. So
yeah, VR chat
knows?
is a whole different beast, because VR chat is basically VTuber before VTubing existed.
Yeah, I did VR chat for a little while.
And a character.
I did that for a while.
Yes.
Couple weeks. And I still hop into VR chat every once in a while. It's still fun. Just kind of interesting.
I don't have a VR chat avatar. My Android broke down. And by the way, we are so small right now that I do not understand why it's happening right now. But
yeah, that is probably a better topic for a different stream, because I can talk about that kind of stuff forever. I have a lot of thoughts about it.
Oh yeah.
Just again, nothing wrong with it, not judging anyone, it's just interesting to me. I wonder how many people do it that like use it to see themselves as an idealized version of themselves, which, you know, that could be a thing. Or how many of them do it because they think it'll be more popular in the long run. I don't think there's anything wrong with choosing to do it for popularity.
No, there is nothing wrong, I think.
But it's just interesting. I wonder how they keep restrictions from like children in VR chat, because some of the stuff they just try and ban people that do inappropriate things. That's how they deal with it, or don't deal with it.
Most of the popular streamers of VR chat know each other, and they do semi-private room.
It's a pretty tight community. They definitely don't just let randos join all the time.
Yes, you think that it's random on their stream, but it's not really random. They know each other.
Yeah.
And if you're actually watching a lot of stream of them, you will see that it's always the same people around them, doing crazy stuff as always, because that's what it does. But same people. So it's a private group, very hard to get in.
Yep. What beer do we like? I don't drink beer or alcohol in general, so I'm the wrong person to ask.
I am sorry, but I don't drink either.
That's hilarious.
And that's one of the things that I really like with Ray, is that we are friends, not because we do the same type of content or anything. We are friends because we do have the same approach to a lot of things and a lot of ideas that is different. But in the end, we do have a lot of common ground.
1 week rain. Yes, I do look comfy. I'm also leaning back in my chair in real life and using my boom arm to move the mic closer to me so I can be even more comfy. It's pretty great.
I am leaning back to a chair too, even with a blanket.
They can tell that I'm leaning back because my avatar's gotten so small. If I lean forward, I get big again.
Oh, that's why.
It's funny.
Oh, okay.
I am definitely comfy.
That's why we are using the blanket that Camille, the cat boy, made for us.
Yeah, Camille made some pretty awesome blankets, which I'm really just kind of happy. Oh, that's funny. The camera can't see my mouth anymore. Okay, I had to move the microphone. Oh, come here, camera. Come closer. Okay, fine. I'll sit back up. Fine, you win. But yeah,
Why
Camille
you
made
got that?
these, and they're pretty awesome.
That's a more than 2-hour stream. Did we have more number to crunch?
No, we kind of went off on enough tangents.
Yes.
But yeah.
If you got any question, use this time for that. If not, well, I'm looking at you, Ray.
I'm probably just gonna keep on going for a little bit, if I'm being perfectly honest. Even though we've finished off the main point of the stream. So I do not blame you at all if you want to actually go to bed.
Now, what do you want to talk about as a question?
I don't know. I'm just kind of vibing with chat right now.
I want to do that too. I wish we were on Twitch and we could just click, yeah, that now just chatting part of it.
How are you guys doing today? How was your day? My day's been pretty good.
My day, I start with an awesome collab, but I did not sleep yet. It's a very nice
Yeah, it's
way to
the
start the
next day for good old Hikaru over here.
Oh yeah.
Good times.
Yeah, I don't really care about days.
And also,
But yeah.
Will, I promise I will answer your question that I said I would answer yesterday. I'll do it tonight before I go to bed, I promise.
I should probably react with what happened on my channel and why I did not stream today, but I don't feel like it's appropriate to do that on your stream. It's your call.
You do whatever you want. We're in the vibing stage.
Okay,
of-
so I can vent about some people claiming one of my video for content that you do not own.
Yeah, sure. Anyone who's interested in copyright shenanigans, this is a pretty funny story. Well, it's funny to me. It's upsetting for Hikaru.
No, it's
But-
fine. It's fine. I get over it, and I am ready. I am ready for the next part of of that story, and I will probably do a recap on my stream and probably a video. But well, what happened?
It'd actually probably make a pretty good video.
Yes. Story time. Okay. Actually, I take a small break because I wanted to have a weekend after weeks of only having 1 day off. I need 2 days off to not burn out myself per week. It's a bare minimum for me. I did not respect me, so I decided to put today off, and I was ready to go back to stream today with a lot of idea. I had to plan. I had the plan of the week in my head. I just need to make, you know, the nice planning image and doing thumbnails for this week. And I just, you know, started my YouTube, and I got a claim. I got a claim on my last stream, the 4 Sword Adventures that you like, for some of you. And actually, someone claimed that they own the image, some kind of a visual clue that is on my stream, and I'm. Wait a minute. I do not have used any copyright content because I am. I am doing everything above and beyond to respect every single law about copyright because I don't want to deal with it. And you are telling me that some people are actually claiming my video? What is it they claiming? And I'm watching them there. So you are telling me that some people are actually claiming my video for content that they do not actually own? They're claiming me because I'm using content that are belonging to Nintendo. I'm using Nintendo video games, and that's their more claim, and I am not okay with that. You know what? That's fine. I also I was very angry, and what should I do? Should I fight it? I mean, they are very big. They have millions of views. That's a big. I don't want to. I will not say any names, so you will not have any way to track that back. But I'm just gonna say that they are very big on the YouTube side of things. So if I'm starting to grab a fight, I could have a big drawback on me, and I was kind of scared. And then I thought more, and I was, wait a minute, I know where I belong to. They're using content that is content for Nintendo. So what I actually do is I fight the claim, and I'm actually ready. So they're claiming a video game content. Yeah, they're claiming my stream. And for that was what was on screen, and what was on screen was a bunch of VTuber avatars that we do own, but we don't have the money to fight for that, and Nintendo content. The copyright system is fundamentally broken. Everything inside YouTube really, yeah. But I do have a solution. People are stealing Nintendo content and claiming that they own it. So I have contested the claim, of course, and I stated in my claim that I'm contacting Nintendo lawyer, and that's exactly what I will do. I will contact Nintendo and say, guys, those kind of people actually, you know, they say that they own your game and the right to exploit your game on YouTube. Are you okay with that? So I will fight back. I will not stay down. I will fight back. And actually, I am in peace because either they decide they say, yep, that's a mistake. We're taking your claim down, and that will be fine. I can understand that writing computer software can be difficult, and maybe the human doing the review had some issue. You know, everything could have a bad day or stuff like that. Everyone could have made a mistake and click on the wrong button and claim my video. It could happen. But if I say that you are claiming me for Nintendo content and you double down and say, yes, we are claiming you, without any word or anything, that they could do if they are very douchebag, and then I will have, yeah, you know, just say to Nintendo that's not okay. Nintendo, no, that's not Nintendo that is claiming me. Nintendo is not claiming me. That's the thing. They're claiming that they own Nintendo right to claim me. I mean, they say that they own what is on screen, and what is on screen is what I own, and what other streamers own, and Nintendo stuff. And they say that it's related to Nintendo stuff, so I'm not okay. I am not okay with that, and I believe that Nintendo lawyer will not be okay with that. Those claims are very scammy. I know a guy who made the music, and in this song I made for scratch was claimed manually. Yes. That's the thing that could happen. But because you own the song, you have to have lawyer for that. And that's an issue. Most people don't have the money, nor the lawyer, nor anything to attack. Because if you do, you go on YouTube, YouTube doesn't care because YouTube applies a law. They have... The things that you have to understand is that YouTube care about their business. And if they care about their business, there is laws that need, okay, if someone owns the content, they need to be able to claim the content as a revenue. And the law are like this because it's made for actually protecting smaller content creators. And if you want to fight back, you need to find a lawyer and say, yeah, that's not okay. And if you go to the law, trust me, they will pay. They could not uphold the claim. And when I say I'm not a lawyer nor anything, so you need to get to a lawyer, and it will review that by a case basis. But if you go actually with a lawyer to fighting your complaint, they will lose the right to claim video on YouTube. So if there is douchebag out there and you go with a lawyer, you could actually do a lot of damage to them. Because especially it depends where you apply some law, but in some part of the world, you can actually say, yeah, because of that person sold me that video and claimed my channel, I've lost that thing, and that affects my growth. And if you get with number, you can actually make them pay a lot. But again, it needs to be done with a real lawyer that know what he's doing. But you can make a lot of claims that equal to a lot of money with a good lawyer and a good lawyer team. That's how people are scared about a lawyer and how law works. For example, we do not have minigame in video game in loading screen because of how some lawyer act. And you could help me, Ray, instead of dancing and having. Okay, you're just vibing, okay, but.
What I was adding reactions to highlight your story.
Yes, but basically, I don't have the money for that, but I will do my best to fight with everything I have. Someone bring up a lawyer and people back off. Exactly, but because I cannot afford lawyer, I will bring Nintendo lawyer, and trust me, they do not joke. They don't joke around. They do have a lawyer department that are just fighting for every single thing that could make them having issues. There is actually a good story about DMCA Royal out there. Basically, someone trying to do a Mario multiplayer game that have been struck by Nintendo twice, and with lawyer. Nintendo first line of defense: send lawyers first, ask question later.
Yeah, they're very much a shoot first kind of company.
I mean, just mentioning one can make someone back off. Exactly, because lawyers can help you a lot. Lawyers are the ones that could bring a company to their knees. If a company do crappy shit, they will try to scare you off with lawyer. But if you bring your own lawyer, most of the time they will say, yeah, you know what, we don't want to have actually a trial. Because if there is a trial, it will set up other law for next time and everything, and we'll have to change. So we will pay you good amount of money to just not go to the trial, please.
Yep.
But you need for that a lawyer. And lawyer require money. A good lawyer, and a good lawyer require good money. Most of the time.
It definitely does.
Nintendo is the blazing gun of the video game company. Actually, not. Nintendo is very protective about their IP. So they do have a lot of lawyers, and they do actually what lawyers should do. I'm not gonna lie, they can be very scary sometimes, but it's not as bad as it could be. Because when you have companies that use lawyers for doing bad things, yeah, that's gonna start to be an issue. And trust me, there is out there. You go find League of Legends scream, I was kidding you. Exactly.
Yep.
I don't know at the end of the story yet, but I am now okay with it, and I'm ready for the next part. However, all of it make me feel scummy by just saying so. No, that's fine. Don't worry.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I don't care about the strike. I don't care at all. It's just that it touched my integrity, so I tend to be very defensive about it. I don't care about that video because it's that collab. I really like doing it, but and people like watching it, but YouTube doesn't really like that. So it doesn't really matter. It's not like I will get more money or anything. It's just, but you're doing well. Well, yes, but I'm not the kind of guy to stop when I should. So yeah, that's the thing.
Well, that actually seems like a pretty good story to end things on.
Wait, I thought that you would bring other story afterward.
I thought I was going to, but I don't know. I don't know if there's a story that I could really tell after that one. That one's just so good.
Thanks and sorry at the same time. I don't know how to react.
I mean, I usually just tell stories whenever, but I don't know. My copyright stories, I just say no, I have the rights, and then they go away. That's about the epitome of mine.
Probably what's gonna happen to mine, but I decided to take that a bit more personally.
Yeah, my first one happened so long ago, and I've had so many since then that it's just kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of like white noise to me at this point. All right, tell you what, we'll go another 15 minutes. We'll round out a nice 3-hour stream. We'll call it there.
Okay, nice. Your turn then.
Oh, what's I don't know. I've got a lot of weird stories, but I don't know, nothing YouTube related outside of like
friends that have changed because they've succeeded, friends that have stopped because of their failure.
No, I
pretty
haven't
sure
actually had that many friends stop because of their failure yet. But
I would say you have the right to the content. Just curious.
so basically, Rando, you hear this music that I'm playing in the background. I get copyright striked for all the time. It's kind of annoying because it's usually some person who has something that sounds similar that tries to strike it. I pay for a license for all the music you hear on stream outside of the Christmas karaoke stream. That was an exception. So when someone says, hey, you don't have the license to use this music, and I can just be like, here's the proof I have the license, and then they go away. It's a really boring process for me because I know for certainty, since I only listen to music through this service on stream, it's impossible for me to get bad repercussions for it, because if they screwed up, then it's their problem, not mine. So every copyright claim I get that's related to music, I just straight up say, I have the license, I'll give it to you if you want.
And it works with everything. I think when you are a content creator, one of the things I do for that, I own my model on my character because I have keep the facture of everything that I say. Yeah, I do have actually pay for the copyright of that character, and I do have asked for 2D model of characters that I do own. So I do own the IP of the character and then the car design, and I do own the live 2D model because I've paid for it, and I do have the factor for that. That's a proof that you own something that is visually. For the audio thing, that's one of the reasons why you will probably almost never see me with a BGM. Even if I'm working on a BGM that is free of right and everything, because of the algorithm that is so broken right now, I don't really want to just mess with that. And if I'm putting epic music with everything, if you want to have a calm music on my stream, maybe you just play your own playlist on top of my stream with the volumes that you want. Might be better.
Yeah, that's how a lot of people do it.
Yes.
For some reason, he's been having strangers stare at me for the last year or so. I don't know, maybe you're just that good looking. Or that ugly. But I didn't want to go there, but I said it anyways. There's something about you that's so unique that draws people to you. There we go. That's the answer I'm going with.
Yes. Because with that answer, it could be good or bad.
Exactly. You're just unique enough that everyone wants to look at you.
Yes, that's very interesting for sure.
Yeah. Let's see what. I mean, for the last 10 minutes, I guess I could talk about how this isn't technically my first round with YouTube. I'm not gonna show many of the videos. We can look at them from a thumbnail view. But yeah, if we oh, so it's you actually see it starting very early on. Before I was a streamer.
Yes.
Actually, which came first? Was I a streamer or video maker first? I don't actually remember which I did first. I've done IRL too. I've actually done more IRL than I have VTubing by quite a bit.
The thing is, I do remember with your content actually to have something quite unique in it.
I have a lot of weird stuff, but
Yes,
basically, the first video that's unlisted is this one that I did for Genshin Impact. It's no longer really relevant. And then I have 2 VR chat videos that I'm not really happy with the editing quality on anymore. So that's why those aren't listed. And then I go back into some Epic 7 content, which is a mobile game. That video actually did pretty well.
By the way, I do have a question.
Go for it.
Why did you put those videos in private and not in unlisted?
I just feel like they didn't fit the current tone of the channel. The VR chat videos, I'm just not really happy with because the footage I used was like pretty crappy, and upon rewatch, it's just eh.
Yeah, but if you unlisted it, if someone saved that link for whatever reason, they could still access it. You know?
Oh, I don't care if people see it. I just don't want it to show up like as a main, like a video that is easy to find. I'm not embarrassed enough by the videos to private them. Others I have privated just because they're no longer relevant to my channel, like the Guardian Tales. I played that for a little bit. Epic 7, I played it for quite a bit, and then but those have nothing to do with my channel right now, so that's why those are privated. And then we go back, so look at the dates on these real quick. August 10th was Epic 7 2020, and then January 12th 2017 was a video game demo that I was building with a friend. And from there we jump back to March 10th, which is when I did unboxing videos. We jump back even further to January of 2016, and I was doing League of Legends montages. And you best be ready, you boys best be buckled up for what's coming up next. More montages, a lot of Let's Plays. This is 6 years ago now. I did a lot of these. I had no idea what the heck I was doing on YouTube. I did a League podcast type thing. I did some montage type stuff. I did a lot of clips from when I was streaming. I guess so it looks like I was streaming. Hell, I did AMVs. I did art video. I've done everything.
A lot of things. Yes.
I've done everything.
Weebu Jones actually answer. I just realized it's probably because of my cringe TikTok, e-boy haircut, and I changed my clothing preference. And that comment is very important. Clothing preferences. Okay, I'm gonna put my I'm gonna say something that is out of character again, but that's fine. When you are walking, I am doing just developer work, working on computer and stuff. I just use my common day, so jeans and t-shirts and shoes that just are shoes, comfy, so like basket and stuff. And I was a nobody, I was just one member of the company, and I was never invited in anything. And one day I just decided, on my next job, it was a bit higher up inside the quality of things. So I say, okay, I'm gonna just, put every day. What's the name of that in English? Actually, I don't know the name of that in chemise in English.
I love this thumbnail, by the way.
Shirt? Okay, just shirt? Like t-shirt? I love the thumbnail, by the way, yeah. So yeah, with a shirt, just a nice shirt and a nice jacket, and not with a necktie, but just looking a bit better with short hair, and every day with a little more attention to that. And I stopped being that nobody is the guy that do stuff at work. I was the guy that do stuff at work, but he's actually one that know everything. Just because I changed my clothes, just because of that. Still in jeans, but in black jeans, the ones that are making you look more professional. And stop putting crappy shoes on shoes. The shoes that are nice on the exterior but are comfy on the inside. Yeah, that's the thing that I used. And everyone was looking differently at you. So your clothing is very important. I get it. You don't really like those kind of clothes. I get it. I hate them so much. I tend to like them at some point, but I really hate them to begin with, though. Yeah. Oh, you're looking to old video on your old channel, right?
Yeah, this is the oldest video I've ever made. 12 years ago. No, I can't play it because it's definitely copyrighted music. I forgot about this. Oh, I didn't really forget about it, but
yeah, you did not forget about that. Don't lie to me.
You gotta go, Francisco. Hey, thanks for dropping by.
Thanks for dropping in. Thank you for watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did not forget about that video because last stream, the first stream I dropped in, you were talking about your past, and this video surfaced during that stream.
Share it so you guys can watch it. Sure, I can do that. I'll drop a link in the chat. That's my very first video.
That has actually a lot of views for the subscribe number of your channel, by the way.
Yeah. So I don't know. I've tried to do YouTube many times throughout the years, and this time I feel like I actually know what I'm doing. So I have to admit, some of my old thumbnails I am very happy with still to this day. Dude, some of these are so good.
Oh yeah.
Look,
I believe
look at these. Some of these are so good. Oh man.
I'm not gonna continue on that discussion because there is no way if I'm starting that I'm gonna get out of that alive, quote unquote.
Oh, the thumbnail discussion?
No, what I was doing something like 12 years ago.
Oh yeah. See, I get to be Papa Rayless there and look at all you young whippersnappers that are younger than me, and
I'm gonna not answer that.
Oh, it's all in good fun.
Yes. Yes.
Just yes. That's fine.
I know that it's 6 a.m. over there, and I know that I could be tricked to say something that I will probably regret later, but so I'm trying to focus on not answering anything.
Did I make that AMV on Windows Movie Maker? You bet your ass I did.
Yeah, and you know, with the transition and stuff, and it was with every Windows copy, you know, it was free stuff at some, and it was the peak stuff. It was the best of available out there, and everyone was making tutorial about it. I do remember that. Why did I talk about that?
Going through Ray's list is looking like a museum of evolution. Yeah, I mean, it is. Now,
Yeah.
I don't have access to the very first like actual edited video I made, and I'm really sad that I don't, because it's I loved this thing. I made it when I was like, I can't have been older than like 15 at most, like probably like 14. It's just it's a slideshow AMV, quote unquote, of my dog to Mission Impossible. It was the greatest thing I think I'll probably ever make. I love it. It was so bad, but I made it and I was proud of it. Dang it! Oh, it was so good.
Where
I
did you
like
plot
creating
anime
terrible
from
things.
there? Mine was LimeWire. Oh yeah, LimeWire was pretty popular, but there was something else in France, like manga. That closed something like 10 years ago. But
Where did I pirate my stuff from? I have no idea. That's like way too far back. I haven't pirated stuff in a very long time.
Yeah, me too. But I'm gonna say, yeah, pirating stuff was something interesting back in the day. Because we do not have choice, basically. If you wanted to consume anime, the only way to do that was to pirating it. And that's the most important.
Yeah, you
Most funny
literally
thing.
couldn't watch it if you didn't pirate it. No one had it.
Exactly. There was a loophole in the law, because for claiming something, the anime producer has the right of the anime, and they could claim everything in Europe, for example, but they will not do that because they do not have the company to supply that anime, so they will just lose money without any gain. So it was forbidden by law, but everyone was doing it and nobody was caring. And yeah, they was pretty happy with the result, because you know, some foreigner people take their time to share the products, so they were happy with that. And yeah, people were happy that we were doing piracy. I know, that's weird.
Yep. Oh, anime.
So not just wake up. Anime with Gundams and stuff. Sonics. Not really an anime, but kind of.
Well, I think we better call it before we go any further, because otherwise we'll just end up talking for even longer.
Oh yeah, probably.
If you leave a likes on your own YouTube videos, you're a true gamer. YouTube doesn't even count those anymore. They just, if you like your own video, they'll remove it in like a day or two, which is funny. But yeah, thanks for sticking around, Hikaru. Even though we went over an hour longer than we probably should have.
That's fine. I have fun here, and thank you so much for the invitation. That's because of your invitation that I have so much fun.
Yeah, well, we'll have to do this again, but on your stream.
Yeah,
With
probably.
your channel.
Yes, might be interesting. I will not probably give you spreadsheet because I can do them, but I feel like I don't know. I'm scared of doing spreadsheet, so I'm gonna do the spreadsheet now that I'm thinking about it. I'm probably gonna extract the spreadsheet. I'm probably gonna doing doing that live, so probably
Sounds
more
good.
stuff. Oh, we'll see.
So yeah, everyone go give Hikaru a sub.
This
Links
channel
in the-
first, please. And you know, next to the subscribe button, there is a bell icon. Use that for Ray. You're over there. Don't move. You don't need to move for doing that.
Only sub if you really want to.
Yes, only if you like the content that he's doing. He's doing very good content.
So speaking of which, Thursday we're doing some Eternal Return with another streamer. It's gonna be fun.
Nice.
I don't know, Saturday I'm kind of feeling another cooking stream, even though that was such a royal pain in the neck to set up. But we'll see. And yeah, new video. I wanted to get it out this week. I don't think I will, just because family's in town. But next week's video, I know exactly what we're doing, and it's gonna be good. This is actually one that you might even be interested in, Hikaru. So did you know that VTube Studio's coming to Steam? Probably,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I have
probably.
4 different webcams that I'm gonna test it with, that are all like increasing. So I have a $20 one that's like kind of crappy, and then I got a 720p one that's like still pretty cheap, and then a 1080 one that's pretty good, and then I got a 4K one. I'm gonna test it with all of them and see what it looks like.
Can I give you some answer?
Sure.
The 21 will probably be as good as the other one.
Yeah, that's
$20
kind of what I'm expecting, actually.
I nobody will trust me that, but because I'm picky with the stuff that I'm using only the good ratio with cost, the most cost efficient gears that I can get. I do have only a $20 webcam for my stream.
Yeah. You really don't need much more than that for what that's doing.
Exactly. Dance? You are not ready. I will not dance. I'm a fighter, not a dancer. Sorry, wrong person.
But yeah, next stream 7 p.m. MST Thursday. And yeah, once again, thanks to Cairo for coming on board. It was fun chatting with you. It always is.
Thanks, Ray, for the stream. Thank you very much.
And I'll see all you lovely people later. Have a good night, everybody.
Have a good night.
Also join the Discord.